Yep. Also, keep in mind we are down one phaser for the group because.
Hello, I'm using my fists.
Because Mr. Butterfingers.
It fell out of my holster.
His phaser.
Mr. Never Off Duty managed to misplace his holster.
Maybe if your goddamn holster wasn't held on with Velcro, it wouldn't be an issue.
That's more
fucking these uniforms.
Yeah,
that's more of a design problem with the actual phaser.
All of our pockets and everything are held on with Velcro and just come off whenever needed.
What I imagine is you've all seen the Polar Express, right? You know, like you.
No.
Oh, wow. Never mind.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I have.
You know when he loses the bell? I'm expecting that like Sly just puts it in his little pocket and just falls straight through his pocket because there's a hole at the bottom.
Yeah.
So, in the does anybody want to do a recap? I can't give you XP for this, but who knows? Maybe I can give you a determine. Make it a captain's log.
Put some good treaties in there.
Starting. What was the date last week? We crash landed on a planet after receiving a distress call from a science outpost. Whilst on our way to pick up our assignments as cadets of Starfleet, we encountered what looked like at first Starfleet captains, but they turned out to be quite different. They'd de-evolved into what can only be described as Neanderthals. And we were engaged by them in combat, and we managed to scare them off and knock 3 out. They're still locked in the crashed ship. But now we have made it to the science base after trying to get through a forest of poisonous plants. We made it, and now we've opened a door to what can only be assumed there are people behind it. That we're going to try and we're also going to try and beam the ship to us.
We're gonna beam the whole shuttlecraft to us, so we don't have to trek back with the parts.
That is a bitchin' plan right there.
Captain's log out.
I specifically recall a conversation we were talking about. There wasn't enough power to do that.
No, I didn't say there wasn't enough power.
He just said it was dubious that the people inside would survive.
There's an
because it was
actual
a cargo
rule in the
transporter.
rule book called "So Crazy It Just Might Work." So I'm encouraged to let you kind of do what you want to do.
My character is encouraged to push the limits.
Yeah, my character is eager, ambitious, and has a thrill of discovery. So I kind of want to find out what's going to happen.
It's true.
I could fucking jury rig this thing with like with one of our ridiculously inappropriate flashlights, because I could jury rig that shit together for extra power.
I do actually have like all my values, all 3 of them, and my technical ingenuity talent would all play to this too, actually.
But we got to deal with what's behind the door first. So, speaking to the group, your microphone is muted. Yeah, fuck off, Google Hangouts.
Yeah, no, it'll keep doing that. But I'd rather us be using Discord. So you were able to open the door last time, if I recall correctly. So I'm still trying to find the page we were on. Just give me a second.
I've just opened the door and ducked out the way with these guys with their phasers set.
So, Midge, on your captain's log there, you did forget one key thing, and it is a really weird speech habit of slowing and speeding up at random points.
I've never seen Star Trek.
Okay.
Well, only Shatner does that, and we're not in Shatner era.
There's something on the wing.
There you go.
Exactly.
You had to hit a Steve Bloom in there, though.
Yeah. When Mitch needs to, he pulls out a damn good impression.
Literally right before I got ready to do this, I was watching Kingdom of the Spiders, which is an old 1970s. Well, it's an old 1970s, like the horrors of nature movie, but William Shatner stars in it.
See, my favorite Shatner is the Twilight Zone episode that Shatner guest starred in.
Well, what made it better was the fact that it's a riff track. So, like, if you have Amazon Prime, they just put like 20 riff tracks on there right now, and one of them is Kingdom of the Spiders. It's great. So You open up the door to the storage closet, which is what you would. Actually, it'd be. No, you did just open the door. It had a lock on it. So yeah, it would just slide open.
We didn't use those little magnetic twisty pulley doodles.
No, I did something special and got a momentum for it though, didn't I?
We just blooped the doodle.
Well, you got the momentum for it, Midge, because it was a difficulty 0 task. Anybody could have done it, but
congratulations on completing a difficulty 0 task.
You did it so
you
well.
You opened the door.
In the back.
I covered my hand and did it like that.
Okay. You open the door to this storage room, and on a cot in the back of this storage area sits a middle-aged human woman. She is cradling in her arms a human male, like the upper half of a man. It's hard
just
to
the upper half.
Oh no, he's all there. She's only cradling that part of him.
It's like that got dark real fast.
I can't feel my legs.
You haven't got any legs.
Oh man.
It's hard to tell his age because of his strange appearance. You can see he has a sweat-soaked face that's covered in coarse, short hair. And even as you watch from the other side of this open door, the ridges of his eyebrows twitch and pulse as if they're changing at sporadic motions. As you take a step into the room,
shoot him.
Wow! As you take a step in the room, the woman looks up at you.
Klingons instead.
Yeah, the woman looks up to you, slightly surprised at your entrance. Her eyes are unfocused, and she seems to be crying. She says almost to no one, "It's too late. They're all gone." And Jasper's. She looks down and starts to sob. We'll leave you.
She's crazy.
We'll go.
Close the door
We'll leave
back
you
up.
to your grief. Just lock the door behind us.
Do we
Give her time.
ask?
Well, he's clearly changing.
Yeah.
What should we do a medical check on him to see if he's just changing or if he's dying? Because she says it's too late.
Yeah. I say, Toma, you scan the afflicted gentleman while we try and get some information out of the lady here.
I think I need to scan the lady too. I think she's kind of.
Well, but she's lucid. He's not. Priorities, man. But yeah, I'd scan her too. But can we open up a line of conversation with her while he does this?
I'm just gonna walk up like with no social manners at all and just be like starting to scan the dude.
So that's pretty common for a Starfleet medic.
So there's numerous episodes where patients are just like, "God, get away from me," because they just sneak up behind him and start doing the doodle.
Just
Jim, all the salt in his body's gone.
Oh God, that episode.
Oh God.
How many crew members do they lose in that episode? Okay, he died because he was out alone by himself. You go out alone by yourself, you go out alone by yourself, and you go out alone by yourself, and we'll see what's gonna happen.
I'm smart.
Well, as Toma, you begin scanning the individual. She doesn't seem to pay much mind to you. As you're scanning.
A little prod every now and then.
Just poking the guy?
I'm not sure
That's not how that works.
I'm not sure if
know
Bob's
it's not.
just cold or
It's
he's trying to
like-
avoid infection.
Are you at least poking him with the scanner and not just your
What's
finger?
the scanner? I'm trying to make this as awkward as possible. Scanning him.
Why?
I don't know.
Terrible Starfleet doctor.
Not a doctor yet.
Well, just remember, you're not a tiefling right now.
So is anyone going to actually try and talk to the woman?
No, I have a parasite.
I
on
think
me
that's
now.
Mitch's
The
responsibility.
command officer should be doing this.
scanning shit.
He's just using his sonic screwdriver on us.
Yeah, okay, I'll talk to them. Can you tell us what happened here? Wait, sorry, should I do it a bit more Shatner-like?
Yeah. Oh yeah, shat it up.
Tell us what happened here.
Keep going, Midge. Just keep going.
There
feeling?
Seems to be a problem.
Roach is done. He's 100% done.
As you try and talk to her, as you try, God damn it, as you try and talk to her, she seems to be too upset to answer you. You think she might be a little bit, she might be in shock or some sort of state.
Okay, she's had a mental break. Good.
Excellent. Everything's proceeding as I have foreseen.
Should I roll my medical check, by the way?
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, you don't have to. You've encountered this before, most notably with the 3 individuals you almost killed when you landed. So you do notice that this individual is not only suffering from the effects that the previous individuals were suffering from, but he's also severely beaten, like as if some individual that was had higher than average strength for a person had beat the living shit out of this man.
I dare say this guy is almost dead.
Very terrible wounds.
Can we? What are these? Are Starfleet personnel? Correct?
Yes, they're both wearing Science Division uniforms.
All right, so scientists rank.
I am not given a rank for them. I'm gonna say one of them is. I'm gonna say.
Well, no, if they're just science people, they're just science people.
They're just science people. Yeah, they.
They're in those
So
sweet,
they're not officers. They're just plebs.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, Bob's right. Like the science team from that episode where they were studying the Proto-Vulcans.
How many PhDs do you have?
Rank 4
Okay,
PhD.
so
I'm in charge here.
So is the conscious one infected as well?
Can I roll? Can I check that now?
Well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't take. You don't need to roll. It's a difficulty 0. If you want to roll, you can.
I'm gonna roll.
Okay, then it's a. Then that would be an empathy medicine task.
Not reason medicine?
Nope, empathy.
All right. I succeed both of them.
Succeed both. All right. Then you gain 1 momentum, and I notice I do not have my pencil.
I almost could have gotten another one because
Here you go.
I was trying to check your psychology there, but
I've got it, Ben. Don't worry.
Okay.
So you guys have 2 momentum for the group now.
well, you said it was difficulty 0, right?
Yeah, but you still need to pass it, don't you? Or no, I guess no. I misremembered. You have 3 momentum now.
So it doesn't seem like there's anything we can get out of these people. One's unconscious. One's basically catatonic. They're scientists of no particular rank.
She's not catatonic.
One
She's
got
just
beat.
upset. You can tell.
Oh, see, I thought you said we tried to talk to her.
Well,
and
you
she
did, but
wasn't
you
responding.
you just said, "What's going on here?"
She's like a woman at that time of the month, you know? She's just really upset right now.
Can you tell me your name?
Okay, we're going there.
All right.
Calm her down, somebody.
Yeah, does anybody want to make a?
I have psychology.
Does anyone want to make a medicine?
After that last comment, are you sure?
Yeah. Does anyone want to?
I got a diplomacy skill. I can try. And...
Well, you could try that. I would allow a lot of things. You got to justify it for me, but like empathy, medicine,
What's your diplomacy?
would work. Diplomacy, command might also work as well.
Command diplomacy. I've got 4. And
Command
4.
diplomacy might also work, and if you have any focuses for that you could justify, I could also
Yeah, no,
accept
diplomacy
those.
is my focus.
Oh, Hold on, I need to actually look at the character sheet.
Yeah, Midge is the best talker doodle, so he should probably be doing the talker thing.
So presence and command.
Yeah, presence, command, and diplomacy. You might be able to make a case for it. Snap her out of it.
So I'm gonna.
Oh God!
It's like that scene in Airplane. We all just line up.
Like, hello. Can you tell me your name? Sort of thing.
Right. Gotta roll.
Okay, so it's the. I have to roll 2 d20s under 16, and then how does focuses work again?
Focuses is if you roll underneath the number next to that focus.
It's like
you get an extra
double win.
You get an extra success. So if you rolled 2 dice that rolled underneath a 4, you would get 4 successes.
Oh fuck!
Oh.
2 failures.
And one of them is not just a failure.
Starting us off special today.
Does anyone want to? Do you want to spend a momentum? Do you want to spend a threat or pay for a threat?
Would I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no.
Hey, it's Midge's turn. I want to see.
What's the worst that can happen? Right, I've only failed trying to snap someone out of something.
Well, yeah, what's the worst that can happen?
He's smiling!
Midge,
He's smiling and he said, what's the worst
she's
that
gonna
can happen?
claw your face off.
Well, some kind of complication that's fired now, right?
Yeah, could be. So now you have to ask yourself: are you going to just take the complication without having any success, or are you going to try and pass this test by spending some momentum and maybe a threat or determination, and at least get a success out of this?
How much do I need to pass it?
2.
Okay, so what if I spend my extra determination because I'm on 4? I'm ahead of everyone else.
They'll give you 1.
And I spend one of our pooled momentum.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Right? Then you can re-roll. Then you can roll a dice. So you have 1 ready, and then you have spend a momentum, and you get to roll another d20.
Passed.
Okay, so you have 2 successes. So as you're trying to snap the woman out for a split second, she it's almost as if she notices that you're in the room, and it freaks her out, and she lets out a very high-pitched yelp of surprise that echoes throughout the chamber and may have been heard from outside of the walls. But she looks at you now with clarity in her eye. You were asking what her name was, Midge. She looks.
She barked.
She barked. It's taken hold.
Bark.
Oh god.
She looks at you. And she says, "I'm Doctor Schalp of this research outpost."
Can you tell us what happened here?
Something in the atmosphere, an ion storm. It came through almost a week ago. And something in it started causing everyone to change.
Why haven't you changed, dear?
Some people were more susceptible than others. Some, it only took a day before it took hold. I'm the last one.
Well, can I tell if she's getting any of the effects right now at all, even if minor?
Did you were taking a medical scan, weren't you?
You scanned her before.
Oh, yeah. Then yeah, you didn't make that apparent. I didn't realize. Yeah, no, she's under the early effects of it. You can tell.
All right, so she has it. It's just taking longer.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we take a blood sample, analyze it, and see what it is about her that is making it take longer? Try to figure out how this shit works.
Do I even have vials?
What do you need a vial for? Just
taste it. See if it tastes different.
Oh god! What am I, a vampire who already knows it tastes good?
Apparently you are. You are still a tiefling.
Poison. A negative.
Oh,
All right, okay, let's reassure her a bit. Okay. Starfleet is sending a ship. They're on their way.
It could be too late.
Lying. You're lying.
Too late
Why
for
is
what?
that?
Right before the storm hit, we made a breakthrough. We've been here for a year researching the plants and animals through one of our medical teams. We were able to find what might possibly become a cure for. Hold on, I need to figure out how to pronounce this word.
Cancer.
It's pronounced Rigelian flu.
For Jesus Christ. God damn it, Star Trek. You know what? That's another thing. With these adventures, just like a script for Star Trek, they need to actually also include a pronunciation guide that actually phonetically tells you how to pronounce things. Because they used to do that for the script.
Chat.
Well, no, you could because it's actually in one of the episodes. But God damn it, I'm going to figure it out. Irremotic syndrome.
Irremotic syndrome.
Irremotic syndrome.
Yeah.
Which
I remember that.
Bob you might remember from all good things. We found what might be a cure for aromatic syndrome.
What? Okay.
But Joshua Newman doesn't know or care what that is.
Great work.
Yeah, Joshua Newman doesn't, but
I would be ecstatic. I think.
But no, actually,
Is that the telepathy
Martinez actually does know this. Your great uncle currently is suffering from the early stages of aromatic syndrome.
It's just
Is that what Picard gets in the last episode?
yeah, it's just space Alzheimer's. That's all it is.
It's space
yeah.
Alzheimer's. Yeah, it's a neurological degenerative disease.
My God. How does it work?
I must save my uncle.
Do we need to know the specifics of the cure right now?
No.
We have more pressing concerns.
And okay, how many of you were at the base?
We had 13 team members.
Well, we
Well,
know
we got 5 accounted for.
Well, we know where 5 are, so that means there's. What is that?
Don't math on camera. Don't math on
No,
camera.
I want to see. No, math on camera. I have to.
I've already done the math. Midge.
Tag me in. Tag me in.
Midge. You got this?
Hey.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah.
use your toes if you need to.
There's a good reason you're in charge.
I just like to imagine like Martinez just stared at her for a second. Just like, oh, that's 8. Okay. There's 8 on the cannon for.
Got this many so far.
So,
8 unaccounted for.
The basic mathematics wasn't as strong suit at the academy.
How were there any plans for you to contact Starfleet now that you've found such a breakthrough?
We were in the midst of collecting samples of the various different active and genetic material, but I'm afraid if we leave it too long, the plants and animals that we needed to collect will revert back to a state which they won't be able to help anymore.
Oh shit! I see where it's going.
Oh, it's a collection quest.
Fuck.
yeah, do we as the players do the collection quest?
Wait. We have a cargo transporter. We're not going trumping through a jungle and collecting shit. We got a transporter and fucking scanners. This is Star Trek, remember. It's not fucking World of Warcraft.
I don't think
That's how it works,
not
man.
how that works.
Okay.
Didn't it say the cargo transporter is not like spec'd out for biological life?
Not for it's not purpose built for humans.
Surely
but it's
they have
built
sort of equipment here that we could jury rig to make a better scanner.
I have jury rig.
But
Yolan's ears perk up.
jury rig, I get to build shit.
Between him and Bob with his transporter skill, they're just like,
Please, can you help Jasper? they attacked him. He was trying to help them, but they just were mad. She points to the individual currently.
Yeah.
That she's holding.
Tomo, do what you can do.
Do I have anything? I know I have my scanner, but
Well, we had an emergency medical kit from the shuttle.
Well, yeah, she for a split second she looks off in the distance and loses focus, then comes back and she's like, you could use the medical bay.
Well, where's the medical bay in relation to here?
Across the hall?
Just follow the signs.
Oh no, we don't need her. We don't need her. We just go outside of the hallway and hit the button on the wall and it'll tell us where to go.
Yeah, that'll work.
Also, is there an armory here?
Science?
We're a science team.
Well, you might have something else. We're a phaser down.
We have animal repellent.
Actually,
what is it, like a can of Raid or a cow prod?
It's actually who wouldn't know this? The engineers among the party would know. It's like a little ball that just emits a flashing and like a flashing light and a bright or a bright flashing light and like a sound.
We have flashbangs.
Flashbangs.
No, it's not a flashbang. It just scares off animals. It's high pitched
I'll take some of those. Yeah.
Steve Irwin's LRAD system.
What are you doing?
Yeah, no, that's a good one. It's like an LRAD. It's like a little mini LRAD.
Is it a one-time use thing, or do we just turn it on?
We use them all. We thought they might keep them at bay, but they didn't. They just destroyed them. They didn't seem to care.
Who's they? The people?
Smash.
Yes, they
infected. Okay.
They keep coming back. Every so often.
Okay. In this room, is there anything I can lay? I forget his name already. On.
Well,
Jasper.
they're sitting on a cot, so you could lay him on that.
Is there anything I can restrain him with?
Fucking hell! This just got dark.
The dude's fucking changing, man.
Well, you could sedate him.
Well, surely you can put. We need to get him to the medical bay first because that's where all the stuff you're gonna need is gonna be.
As a doctor, you would know that most Starfleet issued medical beds do come with restraints that can be activated.
That's what I was thinking of, but I didn't know.
Oh yeah, they do. They have the bloopy restraints. You just turn it on and it's like a stasis
Neanderthal
field.
Riker is judging you right now.
Okay. Can we? Right. Here's a plan of action. We get these two to the medical bay.
He probably had a better chance with the ladies as than his normal self.
You do what you can for them. Help. See if you can slow it in any way, or if not, put them to sleep. Like the other three. The rest of us.
The other three you just knocked out with your bare hands and a phaser. Let's knock them out. The doctor takes out a phaser and just points it at him.
That is the start.
This is for your own good.
Okay. Who wants to pick up Jasper?
It's like equivalent of pistol whipping somebody to do surgery.
And Yolan, if you two work out how to get the shuttle back here, that would be great.
So Bob and I head to the transporter and start working on that. The rest of you guys head to the medical bay.
Well, I was just going to send. I was just going to send Yolan, and if he not Yolan, Toma. And if he keeps tabs, while me and Zhao Wen kind of reinforce the base a little bit, they keep saying they keep coming back.
Okay.
Understood.
They come at night, mostly.
Thank you for that.
What's the girl's name again? So we got Jasper and...
hold on, let me go back to that page.
Shampoo.
You ask again. She says she's Dr. Haiti Shep.
Okay.
I was close.
Dr. Shep, can you come with me to the medical bay? And but didn't we go to the supply closet in the first place to find stuff to do our jury rigging?
Yep. So if
well, really, you were actually just arguing for 20 minutes, and I was trying to move the plot along. So I just said, "Hey, once."
I thought we heard a noise in there.
Yeah, that's what I said happened. It got you going, didn't it? So, all right. So you got 3 groups. So you have you've got Toma taking those 2. You got Toma taking those 2 to the medical bay. Then you've got the 2 engineers. So you've got Yolan and Newman going to try and rig everything up. And then you've got Martinez and Wen going
to the defense.
Steam to the defense. Okay. By the way, I mean, I just want to point it out because I mean, I don't think I'm supposed to tell you this, but in this game, they even say splitting the party is not necessarily a bad thing in this game, especially because you all have your comm badges, which all work.
Well, also from a Star Trek point of view, whenever anything's there's tasks to be completed, they always delegate and send people to do their things either singly or often in pairs or small groups. They don't stick together like fucking glue.
Yeah, so don't worry about that. That's actually what we did. So we're going to go with let's see here. We're going to go with the medical team first.
Okay.
So Toma, you get to the medical bay, and once you get there, this it has been ransacked. Like people have been going through here. They've been taking things out. It's all that kind of stuff. But the outpost medical facilities, like the actual equipment and everything like that, seems to be in working order. You think you should be able to work pretty well in here. Okay. You might be a little bit low on hyposprays and a couple of other things, but the general gist of everything should work out pretty well. When you get Jasper onto a a medical bed, you can tell him he's going to need some. He's going to need some. Where's that? I'm trying to figure out where they have this listed. He's going to need some minor surgery to fix some of his. Some of the injuries he's incurred by the attack.
Okay. Does he have any infections?
It's just general. Like he's got some skin abrasions, some lesions along his face. He's got the front rot.
Yeah, green.
It's like that. You don't think you can't help him with his current change. Mm-hmm. But you think you should be able to amend him up pretty well, to at least so he's not in danger of dying.
Give him a lollipop, and that fine.
That will require a control medicine task to do the surgery.
Butchers them on the table.
Oh God!
I get 2 20s.
I set my phaser to narrow beam.
Ooh, that was close. What's the difficulty on this?
How many did you get?
I got 1.
Not enough. You had the difficulty 2.
All right. Midge, you didn't spend any momentum, right?
Oh no, he did. You have 2 momentum.
Well, no, because he rolled 1 die.
Yeah, but he rolled 1 die and he spent a determination. So you've got 2 momentum in the pool. You've got 2 momentum in the pool.
No, we got 1 left in the pool.
No, because you had 3.
No, we had 2.
No, you had 3 because you got 2 successes on a difficulty 0 task.
You opened the panel super good.
No, I only got 1 success there.
Yeah, you got 1 success, and then you had
plus 2.
Yeah, and then you had to do a test, and you got 2 successes. It was the medical scan that Snow did.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote this down. I know you have 2 momentum in the pool.
I didn't hear the one about Snow getting 2 momentum.
This is why everyone needs to pay attention.
Roll 2 dice then.
I'm with you, Roach.
Well, thank you, Bob.
All right.
I was
rolling 2 dice because he needed to.
No, I'm saying, why did he roll 2? He only rolled 1 on my screen.
Yeah, he didn't spend. Okay, everybody. He spent 1 determination, which is automatically a 1, and he spent 1 momentum, which is a D20, which is why you have 2 in the pool.
For some reason, I was thinking the determination was another die again. All right, yeah, never mind. All right,
you have 2 momentum.
I occurred that momentum. I will use my momentum. What's the difficulty again on this? It was a 2 or a 3?
2.
2.
So,
all right.
So you're gonna spend a momentum? I need you to declare it so we all know.
I'm spending 1 momentum. Boom.
All right.
Can I make a Oh no, that wouldn't work because it's a different field. Can I do this as a biology check here, as well as knowing his biological composition?
He's a human.
Yeah, well, he's kind of a little bit column A, a little bit column B with the Neanderthal at the moment.
True.
Yeah, but no, you wouldn't. I would accept surgery.
Damn it.
As a focus, but I would not. I don't think biology really works on this one. So you pass. It takes a bit longer. The surgery takes a bit longer to finish. While you're doing that, we're going to smash cut to the engineering guys. As somehow they've got a whiteboard with a dry erase marker and they're just like looking over it, just like, how do we do this?
Just drawing on a window.
Yeah.
Be like an Iron Man.
Comparing the amount of amps to how long it'll run a vacuum.
Well, is there
cleaner
enough
for.
room anywhere to beam a shuttlecraft around here?
Well, they have cargo bays.
No, the cargo bays are not big enough. They're just meant for like 13 people's worth of supplies that are periodically restocked. So it's like.
What about the room? The room the cargo transporter in isn't large.
No, it's like a normal transport room that you would see like on the Enterprise.
If you just beam it outside, like out the door.
Yeah, you think you'd have to do a site to site, but you would
Is there a
have
shuttle
to
landing
clear.
pad.
No, you would have to clear out trees to get a big enough area around the compound to transport the shuttle.
Omniphasers.
This place doesn't have a shuttle landing pad? Okay.
No.
So all personnel and materials are transported down.
Yeah, and there's only a cargo
But
transporter.
it only
It's a cargo.
But it only has a cargo transporter, so it requires so when they're moving personnel and whatnot, it's it's a starship moving people.
Yes.
No landing pad.
All right, so we have.
You want to go clear cut a landing zone?
I mean, I'm fine with clear cutting a landing zone. I got my phaser.
I'm gonna need you all to. Well, I'm gonna need you guys specifically to make a. Let's see here. I'm gonna need you to.
Or can we make like a bomb of some sort? I'm sure we can set something to overload.
Take a third phaser and just set it to overload.
Yeah.
And hope for the best.
make a bamboo cannon.
Before you do that, you guys are going to obviously want to do a once over of the equipment that you have available to you. So I'm going to need you to make a reason engineering check, and this can be assisted if you want to assist.
I've got a 13 on that.
I've got 15.
So Bob rolls and I'll assist.
Yep. So Bob, you roll your 2. If you gain a success, then Ben can add a dice to that.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes. Ben, you can roll 1 dice for your normal. You failed.
Yolan's
Okay.
too ambitious.
All right, Newman. You, as you're going through and doing a diagnostic of the system, you know from looking at the readings you're getting that you're going to have to repair the sensor grid on the top of the outpost, because it seems to have been damaged, or there's some sort of interference going on. You can't really tell from here what's going on, but it severely limits your sensor resolution at extreme distances, which would make it very dangerous to transport a shuttle with antimatter in it.
Oh, it's fine. Just blow up half.
So, well, that leaves the option. Which one of us is going? You've got the better engineering skills, which is going to be useful in either place, either repairing the thingy. Well, I have jury rig, so maybe I should go over there and fix it, because I can jury rig this shit together in an instant.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna use the vertical Jeffries tubes to climb to the roof and fix the sensor madoodle.
Sensor madoodle. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you get up. As you're doing that, we're going to smash cut towards the security team, or the makeshift security team, or a side wipe. Like it's. Yeah.
You mean if we just star wipe? Whip.
Yeah. So when
Midge, do you have a periscope? Are you in a U-boat?
Oh, Logit, thank you for the donation.
So Wen and Martinez, you're on the perimeter of the science station, of the outpost, and as I said when you entered, like the walls are battered and dented from some sort of attack, and as you look at them closer, you can kind of tell that they're done from hand or some makeshift weapons. They don't seem to, from like a club or bits and pieces of rebar or support beams that have been broken off and used as clubs. So, how are you going to reinforce this? Remember, this is all up to you guys. You gotta figure this out.
Okay.
What is your plan?
Is there only one entrance to the building?
I'm gonna say yes. There's only one. There's one secure entrance. It's the actual doorway in or out.
Is there an insecure entrance?
Well, I mean, they could climb up and get up to like one of the access hatches if they wanted.
So is it single story, this building?
It's like think 2 or 3 stories. Like the main area is the bottom. It's kind of spreads out further than everything else. It's got the research labs and everything. Top one might have the actual generator. Write it down. The bottom one's got all the living quarters, research labs, storage areas, etc. The second floor has got like maybe where the reactor or the power generator is at, and then above that's the technical equipment like the sensors and the communications antennas and stuff like that.
Ben's going.
Yeah, that's where Ben's going.
So it's like that.
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
If you click on his video or his face cam down the bottom right, you'll enlarge it.
Yeah.
Tiny little picture of the webcam.
It's in horrible quality, though.
Oh man.
Yeah. Let's just go with that. Yeah, you got the gist of it.
I'm just gonna leave a big giant Midge face.
I mean, I was thinking it was more like a pyramid with like a smaller pyramid on top of the
god,
base.
now it's cycled to Bob. How do I get this off?
You click back on you normally.
No,
So
I can't
so
get
like
back.
that.
Yeah.
Can't get off the big ones.
Click back on roll 20.
How do I get
roll
rid of
20.
you
Click on
fuckers?
roll 20.
Top left.
Oh,
Okay, so therefore they could actually climb up the side of the building.
Yeah, if they wanted to. I mean, it'd be a difficult task for them to do so, but they could.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Shogun 2 all over again.
Yeah, it's that. So what if we?
How many access ports are there on top?
There's like an exit for kind of the internal Jeffries tube system that leads to like an open air ladder that goes up. That's one of them. Then there's a couple of like panels that could be opened up for general maintenance of systems. Nothing that would be easy to get through.
Martinez, in your commanding wisdom, do you honestly think we're going to use this research station after this?
I don't think we're going to use the research station, but I do think we're going to need to stay here a while until, one, we can get the shuttle over here, and two, till we can find all the materials for the cure, because we're definitely going to have to try and get these materials over. So it's going to have to be a definite base of operations, and as like you said, they might come back. There's a definite possibility of that.
Well,
So-
what I was thinking was, obviously, for starters, basically just putting up whatever props we could find in the front door.
Yeah, that's
And
what I'm thinking. And then
I
we
was-
turn like the upper level and like try and make a makeshift like parapet around it, and then we use that for our entrance and exit, because it is a slope. We can still essentially we can still walk down it, right? The side of the building.
Yeah.
So that would be safer than...
Are you rolling, Bob?
I was told to.
We could do
Keep
that.
going,
We could
keep going.
We could use the ports as a entrance or exit. I was actually kind of inclined to just weld them shut if we could. So
and then only use the front door.
yeah, basically.
See, the only problem there is that's also the access to the very top layer with all the sensors that Ben's currently going to.
We could leave one open, or we could just
You can wait for me to finish,
Yeah.
crawl down, then close it.
Okay.
that too. Or third option, Revenge of the Punji Sticks, all outside of this building.
You think you have enough time to
No.
dig a hole with your bare hands, line it with punji sticks, and cover it up?
We could sharpen a load of sticks, though, and...
Also, we're not trying to kill...
Right.
We're Starfleet officers. We're not trying to kill these people.
No, we're not.
Some of y'all need to watch some Star Trek.
I need to go watch back and watch TNG
Well-
again. Yeah.
When Sly said, do we want to use this base, for a second there I thought he was just going to say, let's just set its generator to overload and leave.
I've done that before. Like one of the first campaigns I ever did, I did that, something similar to that. But no, what I was thinking is basically of just like welding this whole entire place shut until we could get the shuttle here, and then just kind of getting all the medical stuff we need, and then kind of just like getting the fuck out once we finished. And then just what I meant by we're going to use this research station is, do you honestly think Starfleet is willing to put people on this planet knowing what it does now?
Yes.
Yes.
So fuck, okay, we'll just barricade the front door and then see what we
Have you seen any of the episodes with all the crazy fucking research installations they build that kill so many people all the time?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll
I
barricade
just
the
thought
front.
I just thought we would do something
And
a
then-
little bit sensible for once.
We'll barricade the front, and then we'll put you, like, on the top of the second layer,
Okay.
and keep you on watch for any of them coming back.
How big is the roof to this second tier?
I think we might have lost Roach.
I think we did.
No, he's got...
Yeah,
Well, he's...
I said do something.
So this is like a tiered up structure. How big is the roof on the second section?
About half of the main section. So if I was to,
Why we secure the exterior, post like guards on the top, beam the shuttlecraft onto the roof where we can work on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit, is there any I guess what you would say vents?
What?
Ventilation.
Oh,
We're
vent.
just thinking of other entrances.
Is this all going on in the comms right now? Like listening to this?
I feel like we're all just blooping each other.
yeah,
Yeah.
that could
Yeah.
work.
Because I could see these two dipshits walking around arguing about punji sticks. Because I'm on top of this thing, just like Sly's like digging a hole with his bare hands, while Midge is like sharpening bamboo with his phaser.
Oh, it's what I was doing. I was rubbing it up the side of like the triangulated bit of the building, just sort of.
Well, I'm going to put a
Slowly.
general hail out over the comms here to everybody. It's just like, hey, just FYI, we've only got about 20 to 24 hours before the antimatter containment field on the shuttle fails, and the antimatter will actually blow up the shuttle.
Wait, how do you know that?
Because I'm an engineer, I know the things about Starfleet shuttles and specs and all that kind of stuff. It's running on emergency battery power right now. 'cause
when
they're
was
actually-
that information communicated to you, though?
He's an engineer, which means he would
I'm an
understand.
engineer. I know these things.
Yeah, he would understand the shuttle is
I'm
currently running
I'm
on
confused.
battery.
Like,
The shuttle.
telepathically, he knows that that's going to happen from this far
Well, I'm
away?
trying to explain it. He would know that the shuttle is currently running off an emergency battery backup, and even if the matter-antimatter reactor is not running, there's still an antimatter containment tank on the shuttle, which is only in existence because there's a field that keeps it from touching matter. So, like, think of it like a magnetic field that's around the actual containment tank. And that only runs as long as there's power powering that field. Batteries only last so long.
Weren't there numerous episodes where derelict spaceships had no power and there was never a warp core explosion?
They weren't
running
using
off the batteries.
Yeah, they weren't using. They probably had no antimatter.
Okay, Newman, what do you need to get this done?
We need to fix the shuttle in 24 hours, or we're stuck here until Starfleet shows up.
So you have like a 24 megaton bomb at the edge of your view, just like, oh yeah, hey, the shuttle went up.
So what's wrong with this plan? The two chucklefucks on the outside seal off, use their phasers to seal off the entrances and barricade us in. I fix the sensors. Bob works on transporting the shuttlecraft onto the roof of the second tier where we can work on it. Then we scrounge for parts and try to fix the thing so we can get out of here. Or we try to fix the we stabilize it, and if we can't fix it to fly out of here, we fix the comm system, contact Starfleet to send a rescue operation.
Wouldn't we be like in range of a 24 megaton bomb?
Yeah, you would be.
Yeah, that's why I said we beam it over here and fix it.
I'm sitting there, I was like, I know like antimatter is pretty dangerous shit, and I'm like
a tablespoon of antimatter would.
It blows up like a good chunk of the Earth. Yeah.
Not to mention the three gentlemen we locked inside said,
no,
Megaton
don't worry, they would be gone.
Oh
in
god,
literally milliseconds.
They won't
they're
feel
just
any pain.
conscious, and they're just hearing the computer just going like 20 hours until warp core breach.
Well, because I mean, at the minimum, because it's not that there's a disabled system that's going to create a warp core explosion. It's that it's running out of power. So the base has power. At the very least, we just transport the thing over here, plug it in with an extension cord.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, because that's how that works.
The world's
You sound like a Tesla.
Well, I'm not going all Trek into it, but that's the gist of it.
The world's longest extension cord.
He specifically said it was the ship is running on a battery backup. So the warp core is inert at this point. It's not functioning.
Yeah, it's not intermixing right now. It's
okay. So the warp core is non-functional. The battery backup on the shuttle is maintaining the magnetic fields on the antimatter containment pods. That's going to run out and cause the explosion. So all we need to do, at very least, is secure the base, transport the ship over here, and plug it in.
Yep. Essentially, yes. Yeah. Also, the power is also being used by the life support systems from the three people you've locked inside of the crew compartment.
That life support takes up a lot of juice too. If there's anything I know about Star Trek, is they always cut power to life support.
Okay.
When they need some juice.
Also,
who needs life?
Toma.
you just pop open the shuttlecraft, and a fucking Neanderthal pops out at you like a fucking face, like a face hugger.
How's our friend? How's our friends doing?
Well, if we smash cut back, the surgery's a success, but Doctor what's her face? Dr. Shep.
Yeah.
You can tell she is affected by this storm. She's been exposed to it, and it's starting to affect her concentration and her cognitive ability. She's not as responsive as she used to be, but she's sitting there. She's not hostile. She's kind of watching you as you.
You don't have another bed. How many beds?
It's a 2-bed medical bay. Okay. It's not big.
I will ask her nicely if she would like to lay on the bed for a while.
kick on the force field restraints. Back away.
Goodbye.
Keep your hands away from her mouth.
I'll go like this. I go, hey, I think I need to do some further checkups on you. Can you lay down on my bed? On this bed
your
here.
Bed.
Hey, I've temporarily made
He's the
this my
ranking
home.
medical officer. It's his medical bay now.
He doesn't have a rank.
Yes, I do.
Technically, you're all technically ensigns.
Yeah.
Just you
I'm
haven't
an
been
ensign,
assigned
or
anything yet.
ensign, yeah.
Ensign. She obliges. She lays down. She's not hostile.
Okay.
She keeps muttering. She's gotta get the specimens before.
You know, I
it's
asked
too late.
her specifically
cure.
about the best specimens. I'm going to see if that's the one thing she can remember enough about.
She points towards a section of the medical bay which has a couple of microscopes and like specimen containers and things kind of arrayed along it. But she says the notes are on those data pads.
Okay. I asked her if she wants to go to sleep for a little while.
I am very tired.
All right, I sedate her.
Oh, that's good. That's.
I'm glad. Come here.
I'm like a fucking rapist now or something.
That's just like because what I've been explained of what you are, I've just got like the whatever they are in Stargate, the ones that just sometimes they're human and sometimes they've got that demon voice. It's just gone from like, oh, that's good. Good night.
Like my parasite talking.
Yeah, it's just like your eyes go gold and you just put her to sleep.
So Dr. Shep is asleep now.
All right, I turned the force little restraints on her now. And then I go over there and start looking at these specimens.
All right. Give me a second.
God, Toma, the rape doctor.
Rape doctor. Oh god.
Based on the notes that are given, you believe that there are three species native to the planet that have like a genetic potential to treat the disease.
With my biology focus, would I know anything about their habitat areas?
Well, they're actually mapped out pretty well on here.
Oh.
They were planning on doing a gathering raid or a gathering expedition raid. Yeah. Right.
For a second there, I could have sworn you said cavalry raid.
Expedition to get these. Though you also know from just common sense that you're going to have to, if you wanted to get these and have it be useful, you'd have to find undevolved specimens for them to be of any use.
Sounds like a pain in the ass. How good?
You find one other specific. You find one other data pad.
Yeah.
That's less organized than the one that you previously had.
Yeah.
And it seems to detail Dr. Shep's notes on potential ways of curing the devolution process itself.
Ooh, crazy notes. These are super useful, I bet.
Finding the potential method you think might be difficult, but these notes are solid. They seem to.
So she wasn't crazy yet. Got it.
She wasn't as crazy yet, but it seems to have pretty detailed notes about how to go about it. It would just you'd have to not only test the cure, you'd also have to figure out a delivery system and method of making it. But you think if you were able to do it, it would cure this process.
Can I make a check to see if I think I can do it?
Well, I mean, do you think you can do it? There's no check for that. It's just what.
Okay, well, shit. Give me. What do these notes say? Do you got any specifics here? Give me a go here, or I'm just gonna do this shit all on my own here. At least give me some ingredients here.
Well, you'd have to first identify the cause of the process. you'd have to study the symptoms in both a active, like a person who is partially transformed and a person who is transformed, which you have. You have conveniently
check.
you'd have to devise a cure through these methods, and then you'd also have to find a way of administering a cure.
But we also know it came from during the ion storm, so it's something to do with that. So, is there any sort of sensors that you could use to?
Yeah.
Also,
I would think it's airborne. Then,
is there any way that we can try and contact Starfleet? Now we've got the more powerful comms of the base.
Smash cut to the engineering team.
Okay, then.
It's a shot for shot. So one half of it is Yolan like on this,
climbing the Jeffries tube.
He's holding on to one arm of a freaking no, he's not a Jeffries tube. He's on like an open air ladder. He's holding on with one arm as the wind is whipping around him. Then the other half of the screen is you just inside of the base, like sipping on some like hot coffee or something like that, looking at it.
Right.
Looking at the screen.
looking at the board.
Just look at it like figures going across on the screen.
Jenkins, you on the roof yet?
It's like rabbit ears.
You gotta turn the dish to the left.
Just
You're on the left, Jenkins.
My left or stage left?
Why are you the inflatable man again?
I'm on a ladder. I don't know. It's my go-to move. So,
wacky inflatable tube.
So Yolan, because I mean it's not like it's perfect here. Like it's a whole lot of high winds. There's ion discharges in the upper atmosphere. You can see. Think kind of like a storm. Think like a thunderstorm with no rain. You're on this antenna base that's all the way up there. You're just at the beginning of the actual antenna and sensor systems, and you've got the access port and panel open. So you have to interface with the system and then try and get it working again.
Okay.
So what I'm going to need you to do is, I'm going to need you to make a reason plus engineering check.
Gotcha.
But then I'm also going to need you to make a second test for reason and con.
Okay. So, reason and engineering. We are going to do that one right now.
So one success.
Woo.
And a critical failure.
Take it now?
So
Right.
I fall.
No, lightning strikes you.
So all right,
Yeah.
Newman or Yolan, I want you to describe like the process you're going by. Like, what are you trying to do right now? Doesn't need to make sense. Use technobabble. I don't care. Just describe that process.
So I've scrambled up the open air ladder to the base of the antenna, and I've done my best to get myself a secure footing in the area, even though it's precipice,
yeah.
of course. Yes, of course. I'm just feeling you said to stop explaining what I'm doing. I feel like if I don't say it, you're gonna make me fall. I find the access port and I open it up and I take out my tricorder and I attempt to figure out exactly what the problem is that is causing interference with the long range sensors. And I don't know. I don't know if I have any tools with me that have blinking interfaces and lasers that I point at it. And I look at it.
Hard to fix it.
Look at it more. Yeah, just like a sonic screwdriver.
All right.
Just
so
like
as
that.
As you're giving a once over with the engineering test, you're essentially troubleshooting any problems that this system has incurred. While you're doing so,
Get my sonic screwdriver.
Your tricorder starts giving you error messages. It starts throwing you It starts throwing you error messages, and then you how to describe this. When you bring one of your hands over to actually press on, like to try and get past one of these error messages. Yeah, it makes sense. Your hand is you're shocked by a buildup of ion energy that's in the atmosphere that seems to have been caught inside of the tricorder. As you do this, the tricorder goes dark on you. You think maybe
my tricorder broke.
You think the power cell might have just.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put my tricorder back in my detached. Yeah, I'm gonna put it back in my detachable pocket.
All right.
Because I don't know, maybe we can finagle it for parts. So now you said you needed me to make a reason con check.
Yes, you got one success with the reason engineering. Make a reason con check.
A reason con, that's going to be 14.
I'd say, isn't con one of your higher skills?
Oh, yeah. Oh. Well,
that's good.
Yeah, you succeed what I had planned out, because I had a difficulty 3 in mind with that.
Do you get
the added one
for a 1?
With that, with the a 1, you get 2
if
successes.
I was using one of my focuses on this, it would have, right?
Well, no, if you roll a 1, you get 2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll 1 is okay.
Yeah, so you got 3 successes combined with the other test beforehand. But I'm also going to spend
Did you roll under a focus that's applicable to the situation?
Yeah, did you? Do you want to? It's in con. Do you think there's anything in there that you could use to?
Well, engineering, he's got jury rig or something, doesn't he?
Yeah, it was.
Well, I have jury rig. That reduces the. I could use that to reduce the difficulty of the test. I won the test, so I could use that to get a couple momentum if I wanted. I have a 2 on navigation, and I am trying to fix a sensor array. I don't know if that's going to be applicable to that, because I feel like navigation is highly about, it's a lot of sensor equipment and things like that. But I'm not sure exactly what type of sensor array I'm working on right now, so I don't know if that's applicable at all.
I don't. How would you?
And this isn't a shuttle. This definitely isn't a shuttlecraft, so I can't get that.
Yeah, it's definitely not that. Well, with navigation, pitch it to me. How are you using navigation to help you fix this?
Well, I'm the con officer. I'm very good at piloting and navigating the spaceship, which is going to be a lot of use of the sensor array. So I feel that I am well versed in the usage of the navigation array in general, and that's just kind of general knowledge of how the sensors work could carry over into fixing the same systems that I'm used to working on. With on a daily basis for my day job.
What about your night job?
My night job is working on engines, and this is definitely not an engine.
My job's at McDonald's.
I'm going to allow it.
All right, that gives me 1 extra.
You get 1 momentum.
You spin it now, you pull it.
But now this comes to the 19 that you rolled.
No!
I'm going to spend a threat to increase the complication range.
Oh!
So, Newman, yes, as you're sipping your hot coffee inside of the base.
Wait.
Well, go. Uh-huh.
Faster and further. Whenever I tap a task involving a con skill, I can re-roll my dice pool.
You can buy 1 or more d20s by adding to threat. You may re-roll the dice pool. So you have to buy a d20 with your threat first.
I was hoping you hadn't read the first half of that.
No, I did. Newman inside the base as Red as he's got the you see the sensor grid snap back on, and it starts throwing you messages and in various different sensor reports, and you hear a loud humming from underneath the console that you're working at, and the humming gets louder, and the display starts throwing error messages at you. And
it's gonna blow up.
And the strategically placed panel to the side of the console you're working on blows outward, away from you, but definitely the panel no longer is the console is no longer functioning.
Bloop bloop. Everything cool down there, Newman?
It doesn't work anymore.
What'd you do?
What did you do?
I fixed it. It's
Well,
working.
you broke it down here. Whatever. Clearly, these things are linked together.
What's going on?
It's over.
Transporter's not working anymore.
Oh, this isn't the transport. This is just the sensor console.
Oh, well, you broke the sensors.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, the sensors are working. What's wrong on your end?
They're not working down here. Everything blew up.
What's the display blew up?
Roach?
You take out your tricorder and you link it to the actual input, the data input.
Bloop.
And it's giving you sensor
USB.
readings. It's it's a mini USB 3. Remember, we're in the future.
Sorry.
So it's giving you sensor data. It's working. It's just that the console that it's feeds into is broken. You think you might be able to reroute it to a less advantageous position to another console.
Science Station 2.
Yes,
I was thinking you just grab like
reroute all engineering functions to this console.
I will just
I
do that.
was just thinking you go to the storage closet, you grab like an old CRT monitor, you just fucking plop it down next to it, hook it up, and go, there we go.
That's a difficulty 0 task. Bob, do you want to take a test on that?
Yes.
Let's see here.
We love rolling dice.
Gain us some momentum.
And getting some more complications. I love it.
Oh, did you gain a momentum off of that roll, Ben? Was that a momentum gaining? No, it wasn't. No, never mind.
3 successes?
No, it was 3, and I had 3.
Yep. So you still have 2 momentum in the pool.
So is the scene changes right now once we finish all of our smash cuts of
I'll
what
tell
we're
you.
doing, and then okay.
I'll tell you.
I have.
Oh, that is what?
I has a success, and I will add that to the pool.
All right, so you get the sensor grid up online, and you're seeing it from a console it's a little bit further from the transporter than you would like it to be, but you're getting all the sensor readings. And Newman, you're seeing a lot of interference being generated by this ion storm. You think let's see, would you have to make a test to know this? You think you might be able to get a transporter lock on the shuttle, but you're not too certain on the occupants of the shuttle. At least not its current configuration. You would definitely have to modify the shuttle if you wanted, or modify the transporter if you wanted to do a site-to-site with that many biological beings.
What if he transported the beings out first, then the shuttle did it in 2 parts?
He would still have to modify the shuttle if he wanted to do them all in one go.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is we don't do it in one go. He
No, I mean,
teleports the beings out.
No, that's what I'm saying. There are 3 beings in the shuttle. I'm saying if he wants to transport the 3 beings, he'd have to modify the teleporter. If he wants to,
well, wouldn't it be easier to do it that way though, rather than do it all at once?
Well, the it's not the shuttle that's the problem. It's the biological material.
It wasn't spec for biological material, right?
Oh,
it's cargo.
Reconfigure the cargo transporter for biological transport.
Yeah. You'd have to increase the sensor resolution, or you'd have to increase the sensor resolution of the sensors, which you think you can do, and you'd have to finagle some of the processes of the pattern buffer to get it to accept it.
How long will it take me to accomplish all that?
Hour or 2.
Can I assist him on that? Because I'm coming
But
back.
you tell the commander 4 hours, because that's how that works.
Was he a contractor?
Have you? Well, okay, never mind. You haven't seen Star Trek, but that's what they do.
There's a very specific episode with Scotty in The Next Generation where it's like, how long is it going to take? 2 hours? How long did you tell him it was going to take? 2 hours. Well, you never tell him how long it's actually going to take.
His particular trade secret's actually revealed in Star Trek 3. So before that, even. Oh.
Yeah, but we don't talk about the odd numbered ones.
3 wasn't that bad.
Yeah. So, if you have anything else that might be applicable to this, Bob, you could use that.
Well, I have value, likes to tinker. I'm enthusiastic and eccentric, and maybe if I do this, I feel like all 3 of those are applicable to that.
Yeah. You think if you use I think value, maybe if I do this, you think you might be able to bypass the pattern buffer if you work on the actual if you try just programming in a different method of like process of actually transporting these. You think you might be able to bypass actually working with like machinery and just kind of program in a certain
with the values. Is that like add a d20 or was it mechanically?
With the values, let me check.
Just have to bypass the Heisenberg compensator, and we're good to go.
all the anthrols get teleport. What is it? Transporter sickness, or whatever that syndrome is.
Psychosis. Transporter psychosis.
I'm trying to find the value page.
So I just noticed I have a talent that says it's my diagnosis talent, and it says when trying to determine
whenever
the
a
nature of
character
an illness, or
whenever a character is attempting a task for which one of their values would be advantageous and purchases 1 or more additional d20s for that task, the character gains 1 point of momentum on that task. Tasks purchasing additional d20s and momentum are described later. So you can use your momentum. You have to buy a d20, and you automatically get a momentum with that task.
You get buy one, get one free on a d20 if you use a value.
Yeah.
So, how many successes do I need to do the thing?
I would say this is a somewhat difficult. I'd say difficulty 2.
Honestly, thought it was going to be worse than that.
Well, and you also have transporters 3, so that would be applicable. So it's a reason.
I have 3 successes.
3 successes. Did you buy a d20 with that at all? Nope. All right. So you gain 1 momentum. So you have 4 momentum in the pool right now.
I'm in the group.
I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna cure
How
this
many
shit.
momentum's that in the group now?
4 total.
Oh, yeah.
So, Bob, or Newman, you're able to get the transporter. You think you might be able to transport this in one go. It's a possibility. Yeah, you can do this. You've rigged it for site to site, so it's going to transport from its current position, not to the pad, but to the roof of the facility.
Okay. I got this.
You got this.
I got
this. It's a difficulty 0 to transport. Do you want to use this do you want to actually make a test with this, or do you just want it to happen?
Just make it happen.
Okay, I'm going to spend a couple of threat. Sure you don't want to make a test on this?
I suppose I can then.
So this would be reason engineering transporters.
So I have 2 successes as it stands.
All right. I'm going to spend 2 threat to increase the range of complications, so that the 17 does trigger that.
He's out to get us today.
I'm kind of digging the slightly asymmetrical gameplay where it's a little bit more like us versus.
Wouldn't it be like 3 threat since it's 17? So it'd be like 18.
Well, it goes from
20.
It goes from 20 to 19. 20 to 19. 18 to 20. That's it would be 3 threats. Oh well, either way, I got 11. Fuck you guys. So
we've given him a good pool.
So the Yolan, you're on top of the base, and you see this. You see the shuttle materialize out of thin air, with the with the various effects. Actually, do I have that sound effect? Give me a second. So you see the shuttle appear out of the air, and it sits there on top of the base in the state that you left it in, without the dirt and various other bits and bobs kind of obscuring it. You can see now that since it's sitting pretty normally, it doesn't look that bad. All the both nacelles and the Bassard collectors are all in one piece. There's some scratching on the paint and on the nose, but everything else looks fine. Looks pretty good.
And is that the end of your sentence?
Yes, the end of my sentence. You have to. Are you going to go? Are you going to go check the inside of it? Or
Suddenly,
okay.
Oh God.
Well, I don't. My character doesn't know that there's any complications with this transport.
Oh God.
But the creature's inside out.
Oh God.
then it exploded.
See now I've got this meta knowledge in my brain that my character definitely does not know.
Hey,
So I gotta go with what
Tesla hook this thing up to the facility, so you're gonna have to get that straightened away.
Yeah. So does
And
it
you're gonna need to open up the
is
shuttlecraft.
Is it like a house where it's just got one of those little panels you open up and there's a for plug it in your vacuum outside, or do I have to go inside of it?
You'd have to go inside of it to open up the actual access port.
It's not like a Tesla that has a quick charge port on the side.
There's an auxiliary panel up on the roof with like gloves in it and stuff, right? Like a bucket with some Pine Sol. Mr. Clean or something.
In Star Trek, I've only ever seen physical connections transferring information or power or anything like that when they were dealing with Data's brain. Every single other time, it was always like amorphously we're transferring power and things like that.
Yes, but you're correct. It would be a beamed power situation. The thing is that the actual access port to beam the power into the power cells to stabilize the current emergency batteries would have to be opened, and due to security reasons, that's only accessible from the inside of the shuttle.
Oh, okay. So I chirp Bob and let him know that the transport was successful and that I'm going to work on stabilizing the power situation.
You're getting biological transport errors on your screen, and it's giving you a red alert message.
I reach down to my disposable pocket and whip out my tricorder and then shake it and realize it's broken.
So, I do got a question here.
Gives that little jingly sound that like light bulbs that have burnt out give.
Yeah.
Fuck.
In the show, has a biological transport ever failed in the show?
Yes. Normally due to sabotage, but yes.
Pretty horrific scene actually in Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Yeah. Usually, well, it depends on which iteration you're watching, but sometimes the people like fry on the transporter pad and there's like a charred carcass left.
I've seen that.
Sometimes there's just an amorphous pile of dust that is like their biological matter.
Depends on how many times they've said fuck inside of the season. And
yeah. So I report the situation to Midge because he's the de facto commander, and to Bob because he was the one who was actively working on the situation. And I hit the control panel to open the gull wing.
All right, it unlocks and the gull wing opens up.
All right, I look inside to check on our passengers.
Okay, they're not there.
What is there?
Nothing. It's pretty empty.
Okay. So blip bloop. The small situation. Our passengers are missing in action.
Bloop, bloop. What do you mean they're not there?
They're not there.
How?
You're gonna have to. Newman, was there a? Did you lose any mass during transport?
Did I?
No, you double check your.
Because that is Star Trek thing. They can tell during transport if the mass changes.
Yeah, but he has jerry-rigged this thing to hell and back to get this to work. But
I don't know. Is it
you give yourself. You look at their logs of this transport, and you didn't transport any biological material.
Well, they weren't on the shuttle when I beamed it away.
Oh, they were on the shuttle when you beamed it away, but you didn't transport any biological material.
Well, they're still there then.
These three guys are just like these three guys are like half passed out, and then they just fall like 2 feet down.
They're still at the landing site.
So we're back to like 11 hostiles out there.
Unless you want to try to transport their bodies.
Well, not really, because you knock these guys out for like a day. Like
I don't know how long.
You
got threat out the wazoo. I don't know what that sedation's gonna do with these fuckers. Okay, so moving past that situation, I'm going to access the like the plasma relay area and the power the power box out of the fuse box. And I'm going to work on the power transfer to stabilize the shuttle's engines.
Plug things into a fuse box like that.
I was so hoping you were going to make this like gory scene that was inside the fucking...
No, this is, I mean, this is... what's Star Trek? PG-13, like, on the TV? Or, no, it's...
Yeah, it was like PG on the TV. It's PG-13 in the movies.
Yeah.
The movies.
So we can't have that. The ratings board didn't let us. So.
Well, like you have to confirm you're of age to see like content on my channel. So
our effects budget is just high enough where we can blow up like a pile of dirt.
My dog.
You kind of already did that when he fired the phaser and wide beam. That's the budget. That's the budget for this episode.
We can't shoot anything else this episode.
I didn't. I chucked someone over my back.
Oh no, this is episode 2. You remember?
Yeah.
They're just gonna have to be a chiropractor for ages.
So as this is going on, what's going to as this is going on? Let's see here.
My puppy is snoring.
Oh, I'm just cute.
You Ben, you get the power fed into the actual shuttlecraft. And with that, you all kind of reconvene back inside of the base through the various means that you can get back inside of the base. And you try and figure out what you guys are going to do. What is your goal plan? You have the because what's her name, Toma. You uncovered the notes of the syndrome that I have trouble pronouncing, the Irremotic syndrome. The specimens are still out there. You found the notes on curing the actual devolution process.
My first focus is on
and you guys also found you also have to escape. So you've got those 3 things that you've currently got ahead of you. So what are your options? What are you doing?
Is curing the de-evolution first.
Well, I'm going to say that's the last thing we need to worry about.
That affects us first.
Well,
is it a virus or is it an atmospheric reaction that's causing the
that would be step 1 of the process.
If it's a virus, we need to fix it. If it's just like an effect on the planet, then we could just like leave and not have this problem anymore.
Yeah, it was something that appeared during the ion storm, is what we know.
Should figure that out.
I'm working on it.
Work faster.
I'm working on it, Josh.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I try to see if I can't assess if this is an airborne type of pathogen or if it's a just like you said, an atmospheric effect. And I roll on that.
Well, I mean, are you going to actually start the process of curing this?
Yes, because I think that's pretty serious. Because that's our lives could be in danger.
I mean, the 24 megaton bomb has been alleviated, so I don't have to worry about that particular timetable.
Yeah,
so
no,
the only time we
death.
got left now is whether or not we're going to turn back into new.
I also think
Neanderthals.
maybe. Do we have enough fuel to go get the people?
Oh yeah, no, you've got plenty of fuel.
Okay.
I mean, if you can get it working again, it's like
I was like, fuel's not really an issue in Star Trek most of the time.
So
it just
if
lasts
Newman,
and
you,
lasts.
You try and get the shuttle into a flying order, because we definitely can't just leave those, what are essentially Starfleet personnel, unconscious in the middle of the wilderness.
What's the travel time from this research base to... What was the name of the starbase?
well, I couldn't pronounce it.
Narendra outpost or something.
Yeah.
Narendra. Yeah.
Actually,
What's the travel time?
From here to there, it's, at your shuttle's speed, it's like a day and a half.
So it wouldn't be very difficult to get reinforcements here from
They're already on their way,
Commander
aren't they?
Outpost.
They're meant to be already on their way. That was the first thing we were told when we went here. They said they're going to send us a ship, but we're the closest people, so we need to make.
Did they say that?
Yeah.
I thought they just said
Yes.
that we were the closest people and that we should
no,
investigate.
they said they would send
They're sending a
backup.
ship out too,
Yeah,
Oh, so
but it's just for us to be the first responders.
but it was like 3 days away or something like that.
Yeah, we wanted to get the comms up to tell them to hurry their asses.
that's what I was talking about. Is trying to get communications working so that to let the powers that be know that there is a situation developing.
Yeah. Okay. That's our first prerogative then.
They're all turning into cave people. Help!
It's like one of the 4 times that happened in Star Trek.
So, Q.
Yes.
From the knowledge I have right now, would I be able to determine that I could also be able to revert the evolving samples as well?
You're not sure, though. You think probably not, because that would you'd have to. I mean, the way it would work is you're trying to cure this specific effect on these individuals, which would be kind of species based. It wouldn't necessarily be a
I was hoping I could do
universal
like
thing.
a wide brush of cure. I
Yeah.
shoot particles out into the air that turns everything back to normal.
Was this science outpost all human?
Yes.
It was all human. So is there potential that me and the doctor would be immune to it being not human?
You're not sure yet.
What will happen to my drill?
What if he scans himself to see if he's infected with it?
As the doctor, you would know that you wouldn't be able to necessarily make a judgment from that, due to the fact that you haven't been exposed as long as most of these individuals have. Because they've said they've been exposed for weeks.
Like I said, I've already
For a
The
week.
doctor needs to figure out if it's a pathogen or if it's an atmospheric effect.
I've already
Now, to
made
do this, though, we are going to do this, though. This is going to be another extended task.
Yeah.
So let's open up those rules again, because this is going to be an extended task too. So,
Okay.
which I think the extended task rules start on page 15 of the PDF, 14 on the actual page number.
Yep, I just found it.
It's a shame it's on the summary sheet.
Yeah, that's what the problem is. Literally every major thing you guys got to do as an objective right now has an extended task in it. So we're gonna get good at this. I was thinking about it. There's actually on the forum, people made flowcharts to more easily understand how the extended tasks work. I kind of wish I had downloaded 1 or 2 of those.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I would have. So what this is, and just to help us along, I don't think I'm supposed to tell you this specific thing, but this is an obstacle. It's got a progress of 8, magnitude of 2. So it's got 8 pips of health, and you have to roll
1s and 2s.
1 and 2s to mark things off there.
Coolio. What am I shooting here?
You're doing a reason plus science task with a difficulty of 3.
Awesome.
Now, here's the thing. You can be helped.
Yeah, I reckon I can help.
If you guys can make a justification for how you do that, I will hear you.
I have a good justification.
Can you be my busboy?
I have, well, not only do I have reason 10 science 2, but one of my science focuses is anthropology. I have a 3 in anthropology, which is the study of ancient human life and like the development of it. So I know a bit about the Neanderthals.
What? Is it just anthropology?
What?
No, I mean, I'll accept that, but I just thought it was weird that they call it anthropology and not xenoanthropology, or something like that.
It just says anthropology.
Well, no, because there's another. You remember these focuses you make yourself.
Yeah, no. If that was the thing, I would say that this is kind of a little limited. Just for the feedback section at the end of this, or if anybody's listening that might make the game, that seems a bit limited because some GMs can just say, well, that's anthropology. That only deals with human, only proto-humans, not proto other things. Would be like xenoanthropology or something like that, or xenothology.
I know one of the people in this thing has xenology.
Well, these are quite luckily, humans reverting to Neanderthals.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Yours would matter. I would allow that.
And I have a focus on biology, so I think I'm gonna be using my biology focus to help me.
Yeah, I would allow that as well. So Martinez, you're using your knowledge of proto-humans and Neanderthal to kind of help and guide this trill any problems they have with figuring out the specifics of this species. So you need to make like I said, reason plus science, difficulty 3, Tama, and it has 2 successes. So now, Martinez, you can make a test with your specific thing.
Come on, it's like a 12 or under for you, right?
Yep.
Yeah! Woo!
Plus my anthropology, which is a 3 and under, so that's 3 successes.
That's 3 successes. Yeah. You scored 5 successes on your difficulty 3. So you did pass that. Since you are so
pro play.
That's 2 momentum.
Challenge die.
That's 2 momentum. I'm gonna say this, Snow. Don't save the momentum right now because you're still technically doing an extended task on this. So you could spend this on the
die,
the CD on the dice that you're about ready to roll.
Mm-hmm.
So now you need to roll. Is it his skill or his attribute? What is the one thing he needs to roll for? His skill.
Yeah.
So how much skill?
My science is 4.
So you need to roll 4 challenge dice, and you're looking for 1s and 2s.
It's two base for an extended task. When you're rolling dice plus the after the skill on top of this is 1/6.
So you're rolling 6 of those, and you have 2 momentum that you can use that are in the air right now.
Yeah.
That you can use whenever if you need to. So roll 6
Yeah.
d6, and you're rolling 1s and 2s.
Wow. Oh, there's 2 damage.
It's 2 down off of. It's only. I mean, it's a progress of 8, so it's technically a pretty simple one to get through. But now you have 2 momentum. Remember that, and the momentum.
And we got pulled 1 as well.
Yeah, so the momentum you could, if I remember correctly, momentum.
I thought it was for the challenge dice that it was 1s and 2s, or for any challenge dice that is under soak that it counts for 1 point.
Well, there's no like what I'm saying is that it's progress of 8, magnitude 2. So the magnitude 2, from what I'm reading, because I can't find what magnitude actually does. Magnitude 2, I'm assuming means you have to roll under a 2.
Surely it's magnitude 2. Otherwise, because the way magnitudes work in the actual term, magnitude 1 is lower than magnitude 10. Therefore, surely it's just -2 from the maximum roll. So it'll be 4s and under, surely.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, I don't know, because it says magnitudes can vary from 1 to 5.
Oh, yeah, because then if it's magnitude 5, the only thing that would work would be 1s.
Is that the case, or
is it the other way?
Well, I thought we were working on the assumptions that 1s and 2s
makes me
versus
say
6s, 3s and 4s were nothing.
The thing that makes me say that that's probably not the case is because every other dice in this game you have to roll low.
Yeah, true. Okay.
That's my problem, and I'm trying to find it in this passage where it actually mentions magnitude. Can you find it, Bob? Because I'm reading it, and I can't find where it actually mentions magnitude.
I don't see it anywhere in the rule book. I did the word search. Nothing.
Yeah, got no word searches.
I've got one, and that is literally within it, and it's like made equal to the magnitude of the extended test.
All right, I'm gonna reread this
Each breakthrough reduces the difficulty of all further tasks on the extended test by 1, and when a number of breakthroughs have been made to equal to the magnitude of the extended test has been completely overcome. So is a magnitude, that means I just gotta make as many successes of the magnitude as I just gotta have what I just read.
Yeah, here.
Each breakthrough...
Because this is saying high numbers are good.
Alright, hold on, let me actually read this.
Oh no, if the total is 5 or more, not if it's 5 or more on the die. The total is 5 or more. What the hell is a breakthrough?
It's like a critical success, kind of.
Breakthrough is a breakthrough is if a total of 5 or more. That's a breakthrough. So if you decrease the progress.
Well, yeah, I understand how to get it. What is it mechanically?
Well, that's what I'm reading. It goes okay. So all right. Then there's also a breakthrough made on an extended task for if the last point of progress is marked off, or if all progress has been marked off before the task was attempted, a breakthrough is made. That means potentially 2 breakthroughs can be made from a single task, 1 for a total of 5 or more, and 1 from either marking off all the progress or attempting the task when all the progress has been marked off. Each breakthrough reduces the difficulty of all further tasks on the extended task by 1. When a number of breakthroughs have been made equal to the magnitude of the extended task, the extended task has been completely overcome. Okay, I think I get this. Bob, try and follow me on this if you think this is correct as well. So, you do what we've been doing, but when you roll the challenge dice, you're marking off the progress bar. The progress bar, if you get 5 or more finished off of that, it creates a breakthrough. And you keep track of that. And if you get more breakthroughs, or if you finish all the progress on the task, if the task is only actually finished when you get a number of breakthroughs equal to the magnitude.
Right.
So what that means
is 2 breakthroughs.
So if
the magnitude is how many breakthroughs we need.
Yeah, so the magnitude
and a breakthrough
is
you
2
can get by
for this
rolling
test.
more than 5.
So you guys need to get 2. You need to get 2 breakthroughs, and then
1.
the task is done. Well, no, you didn't though.
You got 0.
5
you
or
got
more.
0. Yeah, but the problem is
You
remember
got
what we
2.
were. Well, see, here's another problem though. Is
That's
now we have to
total
figure out
all the dice rolled.
the challenge dice problem. The challenge dice problem though is because 3s and 4s don't count anything.
But 5s and 6s and 2s and 1s.
No, but that's the thing. 5s and 6s
are bad.
5s and 6s
No,
are
are
effects, right?
3s and 4s are bad.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're not bad.
No, 3s and 4s
no,
are
they're
nothing.
That's what it says. No, that's what
Well,
we're trying
are
to say.
5 and 6s negative effects or good
No,
effects?
what I'm trying to say is we don't know. We're trying to figure it out because in the rule book it says 1s and 2s count as normal, 3s and 4s count as nothing, 5s and 6s count as effects, and
But we don't know what the effects
we don't know
are.
what the effects are.
Damn
And
it,
doesn't
guys,
tell
make
me
your shit more clear.
Well, this is what we're. This is why they're doing this test is to try and figure out.
Well, the effects are the effects are just up to the GM.
You just pull them out of your ass. There's not even a list.
Doesn't
to
say
pull
it's a
from?
positive effect. That's the thing. I need to know.
Depending on the nature of the extended task and the method the characters are using, the games master may apply some special benefit from effects rolled on the challenge dice.
Okay, good
So-
effects then.
good effects.
The game master may apply some special benefit.
Okay, I'll say if you rolled a 6, which is I'm going to say if you roll a wait. When we read challenge dice, it said challenge dice
are increasing the total roll an additional +1 per effect, or reducing the resistance by 1 or more per effect. Those are common ones at site.
Okay. There's no resistance on this one, so it did say when we were reading about challenge dice that challenge dice on a 5 counts as a 1, and a 6 counts as a 5 counts as a 1 in effect, and a 6 counts as a 2 effects. Was that what it said in the challenge dice?
No, they were just 1 effect.
Just 1 effect.
1 and 2 normal. 3 and 4 didn't have any notation next to them at all because they weren't even mentioned. And 5 and 6 are effects.
Okay, and what they said
also count as +1.
As +1. Okay, so what we're going to do is 5. So they count as a 2. So you got.
So I got 4 and 3 effects.
Yeah,
yeah, that'll be fine.
So you got 2, 2, 2, 2. So math 8. You did 8 in 1 because what I'm saying is that you got 3 effects. I'm counting effect as a double. As 2 marks off. So it was a progress of 8, so you went through all the progress plus 5. You did more than 5, so you finished. You got 1 momentum, or you got not momentum. You got 1 magnitude, and you finished off the progress bar, which means you got another magnitude. So you won. So you got the extended tab. See, this is what we're saying. When this is what I was saying, I kind of wish I had gotten that flow chart because I think that would have been a lot easier to understand with a flow chart.
Well, he rolled 7 total is what he did in points. If you're adding +1 for effect is what you're doing, because the 2 counts as 1. Then 5, 6, and 6 each count as 2. So you rolled 7 plus the momentum is 8. That's how you're doing that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Color me confused.
Yeah,
same.
Yeah,
I'm getting rolling, man.
Well, we looked at this and was like, "That's really bad." Went over the rules and went, "Or it's really good."
Well, I kind of interpreted all that this way initially until Roach started doing things differently last week.
That's how I interpreted it when I initially read it, and it was. Well, this just goes to show it needs to be more clear in the next edition of the packet.
This extended task thing is not clear.
Yeah, yeah. To whoever made this, if you're listening, which you probably aren't, but if you are listening, either clear up the explanation for the rules, just for stupid people like me, or include a flow chart in the packet, like an actual picture of how to do these, because I would definitely need that to understand it. Either way, you get it. So, Toma, you figure out after spending about a half hour looking through all your notes, looking through all the notes, and getting sensor readings from the now operational external sensors of the outpost. Thanks, engineering team. You find out that the current effects of this ion storm, the ion storm isn't necessarily the problem. It's the result of a unique and typically benign radiologic properties of the planet interacting oddly with the encroaching ion storm. This is the head, think of it like a headwind. It's kind of like the early effects of the full-on ion storm coming.
So this shit's gonna get worse then?
Do I know where the ion storm currently is?
It's like the ion storm's kind of like a spatial effect.
Yeah,
it's over there.
Yeah,
That's that way. Green tornado.
That's plasma.
Right. Okay. Mitch just shrugged that off, okay, Bob, and just moved on. Okay, well, I let everyone know, going, yo, guys, this shit's gonna get it's gonna hit the fan, pretty bad.
We need to contact Starfleet then.
Well, I think if shit's gonna get bad, how quickly is it gonna get bad to the point where it's going to affect us negatively?
I don't have.
Can we use the sensors to see how far away the bulk of the iron
I think
storm
we should
is?
do that because from my data, if this is correct, we would be gone pretty fast. Like we would be.
From oh, by the way, you had 2 momentum that you didn't spend on that.
I pool that shit.
Okay. Well, then you're at full momentum, by the way.
Well, no, we would have spent 1 momentum to get the 8.
Yeah, no, we
No, because he's doing the effect was made it to 2. So 2 is 2, then 5 is 4, 6 is 6.
So
6 is 8.
2 is an effect. The 2 counts as 1.
It does.
Well,
No.
that's the one thing I have a problem with. When you read it like that, Bob, you think the 2 counts, 2s and 1s count as normal, which you think counts as 1 success.
Well, it counts as 1. It says in the thing.
Does it? I thought it counted as. Oh, it does. Okay, then all right, yeah. Then you spent 1, so you have 5 momentum.
And 5s and 6s count as 1 as well.
And then momentum gives you 1 success.
Yeah. So you got
5s and 6s count as effects, and you said the effects are just going to be additional +1. So you've got 5, 6, and 6, which counted. It was just 2, 2, and 2, which is 6.
Yeah.
2 is 1. That's 7. Momentum on top of that is.
I think we got it now. I think we got it.
So we're still walking away with 2 momentum because we had 3 extra successes on the original.
Yeah.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah.
No. It was a difficulty 3, not a difficulty.
Oh, was it? Okay.
And we had 6 successes.
So you have 5 momentum.
Yeah, we had 5 successes because I got 3 and you got 2.
Yeah.
Right.
So
5 in the pool.
Oh.
So yes. What is your next step? What are you guys going to be doing now?
Right.
Ion Storm.
So I'm figuring out how long it's going to be before it hits in full.
Mm-hmm.
And while they're doing that, I'm just gonna I guess as my character would just be working on how now to.
So we need to know how far away this thing is before we can make an educated decision about what to do next.
All right. So who wants to take that as who wants to do that test?
Let's see. This is going to be. I don't think
I'm allowing you to apply whatever you think might. You put 4 worded test, and I'll say whether or not it applies.
You know, I still haven't used my joint.
I think this would be like whatever we need to do, like scans and stuff. So
I think Yolan and Khan with his
yeah.
I could get 14 on Reason Con with 2 on Navigation because I'm tracking a storm.
I would allow that.
All right, I'm gonna roll that. And you gonna tell me before or after what difficulty this is?
Difficulty 1. It's pretty easy to figure out.
Okay.
1919.
And that's 2 successes.
2 successes.
What's your navigation?
So you got 1 momentum out of that, Ben. Do you want to save that to get your pool? Up to
yeah.
the max?
Let's bank that. Let's bank that because I feel like some shit's coming.
All right, so you have 6 momentum. You were at full. All right, Yoland. Taking a look at your sensor screen and tracking the storm's progress, you feel stupid for not figuring out for not seeing it on your way in, but it's coming from an odd angle to the plane of orbit for the system, so you didn't automatically assume it was coming from there. So think it's coming from like above or below or something like that, like on the system. You believe you might have a day before the main cloud hits.
All right. So we have a day until the main cloud hit, which means scrap contacting Starfleet because they're not going to get here in time. We don't know how long it's going to take to fix communications, get communications with them, and how far away that spaceship is. And even if it does go to warp 9, if it'll get here in time. We don't know that. So I think the situation we're looking at is saving the research data, fixing the shuttle pod, and leaving.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, if we have the time and the resources, we can try to use the sensors to locate any members of the original research team, see if we can beam them into the base, sedate them, or just stun them and see if we can how many people we can save. If there's
The only
time.
problem is we also, if we want to be able to cure this disease, we've got to make sure we get these specimens.
No, we just take the research.
Yeah.
data.
Yes,
Somebody else can come back later and get the
but
actual
all of those
specimens.
specimens might not work once they devolve. That was the problem.
That's
That was the
not
problem.
our problem right now.
I don't care about
And
the
remember,
Alzheimer's.
these are two
All right, in
diseases.
this
There's the devolution process,
Mhm.
which by the way, I keep forgetting your name, Toma. You think that you can still cure the process, and it would start once they were brought out, once they were taken away from the current effect of the ion storm, this odd ion storm, it would begin to revert back. But if they were if you administered a cure and they were continually exposed to it, it wouldn't have an effect. It would delay and then revert. But if they were continually exposed, they would just.
Well, see, in my opinion, gathering the samples is a moot point because as long as you know we have the data, it doesn't matter because Star Trek's proven time and time again that as long as you have enough time and power, you can replicate any chemical compound.
They do not have a chemical makeup of these, though, in total. They only have from cursory glances at the research data, they had a genetic screen of the various different species around the planet, and they showed few of these have genetic markers that would lead to a cure or potentially lead to a cure. But they don't have their genetic makeup in the system.
In that situation, we prioritize what we're going to do here in terms of what is going to be the most beneficial, the least beneficial, and we proceed in that order. Most benefit, like the cost of benefit, analysis here says we take the data, we leave, which means gathering the data, putting it on the shuttlecraft, you having an engineering team repair the shuttlecraft. And then tiered down below that is having a team, probably the rest of you guys, out and about trying to gather the genetic samples. Toma for his medical expertise and his knowledge of the disease, and the other two basically protecting him from marauding Neanderthals while me and Bob fix the shuttlecraft. If they get the plants or animals or whatever was containing the compounds back in time before the ion storm hits in full, great. If not, we wait till the last possible moment. We take them back. We leave with the data and can hope for the best.
There wouldn't be any sort of vaccination we could find, would there? Or make to stop us from being affected?
Well,
I mean, you could if you wanted to try and cure the devolution process. You'd have to get through that, and you think, Toma, you think you might be able to make an individual cure?
Yeah.
Which would make you more resilient to the process. It would definitely revert you back to your normal selves for a short period before the ion storm started reverting you back again. Yeah.
My question to all you guys is: do we really need to cure space Alzheimer's?
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of research has already been done on the subject. The primary task at hand would be saving our asses and the information, and everything below that is just like gravy.
Okay.
Well, I'd say
my prime directive still would be me figuring out this fucking how to cure ourselves right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying is the engineering team fixes the shuttle pod because the other three of you guys aren't going to be too much help with me and Bob fixing the shuttlecraft so that we can leave. We focus on that task while you guys focus on the disease thing. If you can get it done before the ion storms hit, that's great. If not, we have to leave. But me and Bob definitely have to fix the
I would
shuttle.
still like to try and complete their mission because of my character's ambitious nature, and I have as I keep saying, I've got a thrill of discovery. So I think my character's point.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you three focus on that. We split.
Yeah, but
you guys focus
which
on that.
one do you mean? Do we focus on?
I'm focusing on the one that's dire to us right now. I don't care about the space Alzheimer's really.
Well, is that what your character would do?
Yeah, I'm careful and circumspect. Right now, the current biggest issue that we have is us being reverted back into fucking cavemen.
Right. So my character.
Well, you wouldn't need to. You wouldn't need to.
Well,
you wouldn't need to gather specimens.
Yeah, we don't need
if
to.
you're not curing the space Alzheimer's. Actually, you're not curing the space Alzheimer's. You're just collecting specimens to lead to a potential cure by other research scientists.
Yeah, because if we leave, we're not going to be affected. Because we're not going to be in the influence of.
Well,
the
no, I
planet
think
and
you guys are
ion
getting
storm,
mixed
so
up.
If
There
we're
are two.
gone,
I think you guys are all getting mixed up here. There are two distinct things here. There is the syndrome, which has nothing to do with anything that's happening here, other than the fact that the research outpost may have found a cure for that syndrome.
yeah.
And then there is this separate issue of the devolution process, which which is currently affecting everybody. And going out and getting specimens does not have to deal with the devolution process. That specifically deals with getting the specimens for the syndrome.
Yeah. And I'll
See, I thought you said that it was a combination of the planet and the ion storm that was causing this issue.
atmosphere
But if we
of the
removed ourselves from those problems, it's still an issue?
Well, no, I'm saying you removed themselves from the problems and you had the cure, then it would revert you back to your baseline selves.
Without the cure, we're fucked.
You're still being affected by this disease, or at least the humans are.
So the combination of the ion storm and the planet created the disease. We're infected by the disease. We leave the planet. We still have the disease.
Essentially, yes, but it just won't. It just won't continue on. It'll be like kind of halted in its own place. Still need to get cured.
So we would still have.
There's nothing that says you might. There's nothing that says that a good quality research team like on.
If we never come back to the.
There's a good chance that a good quality research team on the Interstation would be able to fix you anyways.
I think we should just sit the pod and leave.
What if we just split it 3 ways? Toma focuses on cure. Those two go out and collect samples because it's not really you're picking flowers. Do you need a scientist for that? You know what you're looking for, and me and Newman focus on the shuttle.
Well, there's Neanderthals running around out there, and
that's why
potentially
that's
there's
why
also
the security
like
guy's going outside.
other dangerous wildlife out there too that may be de-evolving.
A T-Rex fucking pops out of.
Yeah, you don't know. A pack of velociraptors just come out of the fucking woods. So you don't know what's going on.
Does anybody have a different plan?
Cool.
Fix the pod, take the data, and leave.
That was my.
That's what I was
What's your
saying.
plan?
And Roach was telling me that was going to fuck us.
I didn't say it was going to fuck you.
I am gonna say that I am gonna go find those specimens.
Okay.
I'm working on cure for us.
I just wanted to. I also wanted to ask, what are you guys going to do about the research team?
There was only the one person who's actually.
No, there's those 3 that we sedated in the middle of nowhere.
Well, what are we going to do about him? If we fix the shuttle, we can land and hope they're still there.
Depend on if Toma actually comes up with a cure or not, and he can reverse the effects.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do.
Otherwise, we've just got 5 angry sedated
if we
Neanderthals in a small pod.
If we got like the de-evolution like cure, then we have far more time available to us to do whatever we need to do. Whether that's rescuing the scientists or reverting the samples back to whatever they need to be for space Alzheimer's cure, all that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
If Toma can't get the cure thing figured out for the de-evolution problem, then we should probably just leave.
We need to bug out.
We should just go.
So that comes back to square one. Priority 1: fixing shuttlecraft.
All right.
Curing disease. Finding samples.
All right. So Martinez, and when you strike out to the region that the specimens that are detailed in the research notes are supposed to be located. Toma, you head back to the medical bay and begin your research.
Before we leave, can I have one of you guys' phasers? Because I'm not going out there.
Yeah, I give him my phaser.
Right, so, okay. So you do that, and the research are in the engineering team, the engineering twins, go onto the roof and begin working on the shuttle.
Woo.
And I frantically hit the books.
Yeah, you hit the books. Disease, vaccines, and you.
Neanderthals for dummies.
Tigers playing in the background while he's going over all the computers.
Yeah, this is when there's a montage, the random montage in the episode. So, the engineering team. Let's go to you first. So you get
shuttlecraft super good.
Yeah, well, we'll see. So this is going to be an extended task again.
Curses.
Like I said, everything in this section is an extended task.
Well, now we can get through it.
Yeah,
more
now
quickly.
we know how these work. I think.
We think.
All right, so if we're trying to fix the shuttle's engines, I've got Reason 10, Engineering 3, Propulsion 3. Or I could do Reason 10, Con 4, Shuttlecraft 4.
Well, what this is going to be, just so everybody knows, maybe they can write it down themselves. This is an obstacle. It has a progress of 13, magnitude of 3,
Ugh.
magnitude of 3, difficulty 4. So every task you have is a
Jesus.
difficulty 4. So
I've got Reason 11, Engineering 4, Propulsion Systems 4.
And
So that's a little higher on the fixing
for
the
the
engines
test,
than me.
I will accept these 3 distinct things: reason and engineering, reason and con, or if you want, I can also accept control and science, applying like theoretical knowledge. I'll accept that as well.
I have a value of to fly the ship is to know the ship. I feel like that would make me very good at repairing a ship.
I'll also accept assistance on these rolls as well. So if you
Oh, we're going to assist the fuck out of each other.
Whoa. Whoa. I like you, Ben, but not that much.
you're my dude, bro.
All right, so how are we doing this, Bob?
I'm going to start
Newman, Josh.
rolling some dice or some shit. Just going throwing like D20s at the shuttlecraft trying to make it work.
All
I'm
right,
doing Reason
so-
Engineering.
Reason and engineering. All right, this is a difficulty 4. So
Okay, so I've got 3 on that, and then I'll...
And I can assist him with this,
Mhm.
right?
do you want to? So like I said, I'll accept reason engineering, reason con, or control and science. So if you want to assist,
I'm going to go Reason Con.
okay.
Yolan actually assists this time.
Yeah, so you get to make a check. You get to make
may or
one
may
dice.
not be spending momentum and or burning or buying threat. Who knows?
Yep.
We'll find
Yeah,
out.
this is the hardest one we've covered.
So Ben, you get to roll 1d20 on this.
Ben, you had one fucking job. Okay,
All right.
I'm gonna
So you're
spend the momentum
currently
here.
okay.
Roll a 1.
Fucking A.
Do you
I
want to
spend-
buy? Do you want to buy threat?
I'm gonna spend one more momentum. There we go.
There.
All right. So you have 4. You've got 4 successes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all right. So now we roll the challenge dice off of this.
I'll be throwing 6 at it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
2, 2, 2.
3. So yeah, yeah.
And a
So
5.
So you
2,
I've
2,
got
2, and a
4
5.
in effect.
4 in effect. I'm going to say in effect is still counts as 2. So, because I can't think of anything that would be really good for
Okay,
this.
so I got 5 total there.
You got 5 total, which technically does count for a momentum because it's 5 or more on a progress track.
I'm throwing the
So-
momentum at it. Give me more.
Not a momentum, a magnitude. That's a
So,
magnitude.
a breakthrough.
Yeah,
You got a breakthrough.
on the magnitude. You got a breakthrough. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Fucking just get like this is what I'm saying. Give it normal names so I don't have to learn new terminology. So that's now it's only a magnitude 2 test, or it's only a magnitude 2 on this obstacle now. And your progress track was originally 13, so you decrease that by 5. So as we know from Martinez's math earlier in the episode, that's 8.
But
And remember from last episode that we only got a couple. We don't know how many. But we have a couple of tries to do this. So would you still go on this, Mister?
Now,
Mr.
also
Josh?
remember, since he succeeded and he got a breakthrough, the next test is a difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask. Okay, so now I can go.
Well, you don't think you have any fatigue off of this? Off of this?
Oh, so he can keep
Off
going.
of this, Newman. This is your normal job. This is what you're trained for.
Red Bull gives you wings.
He's got his monkey wrench out.
That took you like 20, 30 minutes.
No!
Oh.
I have one success.
One success.
Well, I can assist again,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm gonna
Pretty
try.
good.
Oh, again? It's the same number.
I am going to buy 2 thread.
All right.
Yolan just makes it worse.
I didn't make
There,
it worse.
now I've got 3 successes.
3 successes. All right.
I should be good at this. I'm good with the shuttles.
All right.
That's my
So
shtick.
that is you do get to roll your challenge dice on this.
Honestly, who does need threat when we can just kill ourselves from not rolling right? Oh.
So I've got 7 on that one.
7, which is another breakthrough. So you're at momentum 1
And throw the momentum at
and
it.
1 progress left on the track.
That's
Tag me in, coach. Tag
that's
me in.
before the momentum's thrown into there on top of that.
Yeah, that's before the momentum.
Just
That's
throw the momentum at it. Get the fix the shuttle.
okay. So that would, if you throw the momentum, that is 1 more success on the challenge dice, which is progress 0, which means you get 2 momentum off of that, which means you get 0. So what happens is you're salvaging parts throughout this process. You're getting things from the cargo area and the base. You're working at replacing blown fuses, getting EPS conduits back up and running, getting.
Meanwhile,
and,
I borrowed his tricorder and I'm playing like
Snake.
angry avian. No, angry avians in.
Oh wow!
But
Oh come on, that was a
but
good
the avians have been
reference.
dead for so long.
Well, it's a game. It's a game. It doesn't have to be real. It's a game.
Jesus Christ! That'd be the equivalent of something like Carthage Raid Simulator or something like that.
Salting their fields 101.
Left click to throw a torch. Right click to salt earth.
So finally, after about it takes
I didn't do
like
it.
2 hours of you just like going through these processes, getting everything installed, but you finally get the matter antimatter intermix right, and it starts to kick over, and you have power.
There's only one ratio.
The MAMRC is active once again.
Yep. You have it up. It seems to be up and running. It's producing power. The shuttle is back on its internal power cells, and it seems like it's in flyable condition. All the internal computer systems are giving you green lights. So
Now let's get out of here.
So smash cut to Toma, because that took 2 hours. So
Nolan and Josh get the
I didn't
shuttle
do
and
jack
leave.
shit.
so Toma back in the
Okay. Boop, bloop, bloop, bloop.
Toma back in the past, 2 hours beforehand.
Meanwhile,
I'm just sitting there like grabbing book after book and have this like whiteboard and I'm writing like crazy. Just like gotta figure it
Looking
out.
at it really intently.
Gotta find a Da Vinci code.
So your next step is you're trying to study the symptoms of the disease to try and work out how it works and how
I got 2 specimens.
you can combat it. Yeah, exactly. So
I intently look at the girl.
said the right doctor.
that's why I said that.
Oh god.
You call me Dr. Cosby.
all right.
Oh,
so
God.
so here's what you got to do. Here's the next thing you got to do. You
Oh.
to study these subjects, you need to make a control plus medicine task. Difficulty 3.
Okay.
And you can start on 1. So right now you're studying Jasper, the one who's actually transformed all the way. So
How much
control medicine
momentum
difficulty 3. 4.
Okay.
Can I assist him over the comms?
Give him some encouragement.
No.
Just give him
He can
words of
describe.
encouragement.
He can describe things that are anthropologically relevant, and I can confirm or deny information.
His eyebrows are really big.
I actually won't. I'm going to say this: if you want to help him, you can't use your focus. because I'm going to say the focus. You need to actually be able to see the subject to give.
So what would I need to help
Adequate.
him with?
You need to use the same thing, which would be a what is your
Control
cure?
medicine.
Control medicine.
Control medicine, or control medicine would be a thing. But no, that's just for you, Snow. He's assisting, so I will let him use a control science check.
That's only a 10.
It's better than nothing. He needs a
That's
3 to get through this.
That's therefore a 50-50 chance that it will give an extra success.
Midgeman's character says, "Did you use the blue hypo or the yellow hypo?"
How many successes is that?
Meanwhile, the two of us are like, "Will you two shut up? We're trying to
yeah,
concentrate."
control medicine, yes.
That'd be 2.
2? All right, so you need one more to get through this.
So I've got to
Come
help.
on, my wingman.
Yep, you gotta help. Can you?
Woo! Whoop, whoop. Probably the most useful fucking non-science captain ever.
Hey, my science is better than my combat and my medicine, so...
You can do the
So-
science chat there.
So you're able to get through this. You study the symptoms quite well. It doesn't take you long to kind of figure out what the symptoms incur. You're checking back between the doctor and Jasper and seeing the differences and how she's progressing along and how it looks at the end. You're devising a way that this disease influences the individual, which gives you the ability to start working on a cure.
So my reasoning into this, and I'm probably sure we're going to go and smash cut towards them first, and then
You think if you spend a little bit more time, and that translates to one more test, you might be able to decrease the amount of time and difficulty making a cure would be.
Can I? Would I be able to isolate this? Yeah, have I determined that like I'm looking to probably have to isolate it for now, or something?
What do you mean?
Along those lines, like isolate the effect to just.
The pathogen?
Well, it's not a pathogen specifically; it's just the atmosphere.
Like I said, you can devise
it's
a cure.
disease, isn't it?
You think you
Okay.
can start devising a cure,
Okay,
but you
yeah,
think you might
I'll
have an
let
easier
you know.
time. Well, no, let me finish, man. Like I said, you think you might be able to decrease the time and difficulty of actually making that cure if you study the other subject, and that translates to another test.
What's the other subject?
The woman,
Oh,
doctor.
I thought you said I was already going in between the two.
Well, yeah, but you're primarily studying the final effects of the disease.
Okay, yeah. I go to the woman and.
Okay, this is a difficulty 2 because you completed the other one.
Okay.
So, same thing.
Wingman, you still there? This is Rubber Ducky, over.
Okay, Rubber Ducky, this is Mitch Tinez on wing. Ready for...
Gonna need your roll, Mitch.
I need that beautiful die of yours.
Your roll didn't come up on my thing. Okay. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Swear to welcome to the 18
So,
club.
who wants to spend a momentum or buy some threat?
How much momentum we got left?
4.
Yeah, 4.
I didn't hog it all. You're welcome.
Spend one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't get off this, can I buy a threat?
Yeah, well, I mean,
what you get off on is none of our business.
to buy threat, you buy 2 threat for 1 dice. So that's how that works.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, but I'm saying, can I do it after this roll?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I have to figure everything out beforehand, or I can just keep shooting until we're,
Yeah, I mean, you can keep shooting until you've used up your options. So
You
go
don't have
ahead.
to declare momentum use prior to a roll or anything.
Woo!
That's only 1 dice you're rolling
I
for
know.
momentum.
Yeah, they're both fine.
And
So
I'll take the first one because that would make sense. Because that was the
All
first die I had rolled, and I have a medicine of 4, so that's 2 successes.
All right, so you have momentum in the air. Do you want to save that?
I don't have to do anything else, right?
Nope. Just another task. But that would be separate from this one.
I'm gonna save it. I want to restore the momentum I spent.
back up 4.
All right, back up to 4. All right. So you've studied all the subjects you have currently on you. You might have had more subjects to study, and therefore have decreased the difficulty of making the cure.
Yeah.
If, for some reason, there had been 3 Neanderthals that came with the shuttle, but that'd be crazy talk. So
Who knows what happened to them?
yeah, yeah, it's really.
We're assuming they're sitting in a hole in
That's
the
what you
ground.
assume.
They could be not alive anymore.
they're partially decompiled in a tree. They got caught midway. So
Hey,
to
it's
devise a
like
cure,
By a creature or anything.
to
by this
devise a
time.
cure, this is going to be a bravery plus medicine, or bravery plus science, with a difficulty of, since you got
Can I make a case for biology?
2 successes, that's a difficulty 2 for this.
Can I use my biology focus?
That's on your medicine.
That's on my science.
Science? Yeah, I'll use biology. Yeah, I'll let you do biology.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Because either way, my science and medicine are 4, so I'm trying to find which one has the best focus for me to use here. So yeah, I'm going to use my bravery science, and I still got, totally decently awesome wingman on the side still helping me out here, or this is...
He would not be able to help with this.
Okay, coolio. Awesome.
What's the difficulty?
2. He decreased it by 2 by getting 2 successes in the
Yeah, but
previous.
I got a lot lower number than I'm normally rocking. I have to do a 12 or under now.
Jeez, your bravery's
Ooh,
8.
1. Yeah, my bravery's 8.
So you got 1. Now you need to
All
figure
right.
out what you're going to do. You're going to spend a momentum?
Spend a moment.
All right.
Could I possibly assist with this?
Woo!
No,
I
we
get
can't because he's
I get that shit right back.
So
Well, it's just
all right,
like
spend it
I
right
haven't
back.
been doing anything at all. I'm kind of feeling a little bit useless right now.
Well, you're traipsing through the jungle, right, with Midge?
Yeah.
When
you probably have plenty to do in a
Snow is
second.
done with his thing, then it goes
Yeah.
to you.
Oh, wait, that's 2 successes because
Yep.
it's my science and my biology. So
Yeah, that's why that's why you have an extra momentum in the pool now. Back up
And
to
it's
4.
no, it would be
It's a
3.
1. It'd be 3.
So I have
Oh,
2
it'd be
extra
3.
momentum.
Oh, so all right. Now you're
Yeah.
back up to 5.
Woo!
Momentum.
Awesome,
All right.
awesome, Dr. Toma.
So you spend an hour on top of the 30 minutes you spent studying the individuals before. So you spend about an hour working on this, and you finally kind of get a rough cure made up. You think if you can figure out a delivery system, it'll work.
Fuck. Now I
It's
gotta
not
do another
best.
test.
This wouldn't pass. This wouldn't go for a medical journal, but you can make it work. You just need to actually get
Stab him with a fork and just rub the paste in the
You need to administer the cure, though. So there are 2 options for this. You think
Probably
you can
either
devise an
spray-
individual? Well,
Yeah.
is there a delay? Because I can't.
There is on mine and
Yeah.
at least.
All right. Like I was saying, there are 2 options here. You think you might be able to get an individual cure made, where you use like a hypo spray and administer it to individuals. But there's also, you might be able to jerry-rig a device with the help of somebody who has a bit of engineering know-how to make a
I
mass
have a
curative.
talent called Jerry.
Yeah. To make a mass curative, something that could counteract the phenomena for a few kilometers around the science station.
Fucking do that.
Well,
Now,
I-
there's differences in how difficult they are. You think the individual curative, all you gotta do is you gotta take what you made, replicate it up, and then you can make a couple of hypospray, injections worth, and that's fine. The mass curative, that's gonna take a bit of know-how to get done.
Get some
Definitely
numbers
gonna be
for me?
harder.
Well, I think we should go for that second one because I'm really good with the engineering and the
Well,
Jerry.
hold off for a second there, Yolen.
Amen.
I'm the doctor here.
Can we do both?
Yeah, but you have no engineering.
Can't do both. You don't.
That's what I'm trying to figure
You know-
out. I'm trying to choose the best decision here.
You don't think you can
got
do
numbers
both?
for me.
The amount that you would need for the mass curative would, you think, wouldn't be supported by the medical replicators.
Okay,
You-
so
you-
what are we rolling on this then in terms of attributes and skills?
Well, the individual curative, you'd have to make an empathy plus medicine task, a difficulty of 1 for each individual patient. So
It's not bad.
if you're planning on curing 13 of them, then you'd have to do 13 of those. And every time you use it, you'll have to make that test. The person
You
administering
also
it.
have to find them and subdue
Yeah,
them. Before
the mass curative would require bravery plus engineering task, difficulty 4.
Can do that.
Beep, beep. So guys, I've got a cure here. I mean, I've got 2 options for us. And one, it's gonna be pretty easy. Won't be too bad, and I can just do it individually. But I do see that we can create a device that should be able to give us a couple kilometers of the cure the effect in the area. So that would, I guess, would affect the wildlife too, right? Q.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would
So it would
reduce
revert the wildlife around the area. And
that would bonus additive to that. That would save all of the chemicals in the
If
plants
they're
and
in the range.
animals that they've identified.
Only for a limited time, though. Because the continual exposure to the phenomena would just reverse what was cured.
Mm.
So it would give you...
But the ion storm would pass. Though.
Well, you have no idea how long the ion storm would stay here. Because it's been a week since they've been affected by the ion storm. And it's now just starting to get here. So there might be another week's worth of exposure on the way
I
out.
say we do the second option, and Snow assist me with it, and I jerry-rig this device to make it an easier task.
that'd make it a difficulty 3, wouldn't it?
Make it a difficulty
Oh,
2.
it's 2 off it?
Yeah.
Jerry-rig, whenever you attempt an engineering task to perform repairs, you may reduce difficulty by 2. If you do this, however, the repairs are only temporary, but that doesn't matter.
So, my next, I think I'm leaving this to the captain here of the group, and I want to ask, I'm going to go, so, we've got a temporary solution, and then we got a permanent solution for us individuals.
I hate to be a real asshole about the whole jury rig thing, but that says repairs. We're building something from scratch.
God specifically said jerry-rig something together.
Yeah, but does that work? Just want to be clear on this before we make the decision.
I'm going by Q's exact verbiage.
I have altered the deal. Pray I do not alter it further.
Wrong universe.
Bring that with Mitch. He's got Stargate and Star Wars all up in his thumbnail.
I know.
All right, just flip the $1 gold piece, or not a $1 gold piece, just a $1 piece, and I got tails. So, so that is that's a no. That would not affect it.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Then definitely we go for that. And any assistance that can be given by any other engineering sorts or medical assistance with the actual, science, with the exact sort of scanner arrays or whatever needs to be done, do it. Whilst me and Zhao continue to traipse through the jungle a bit more.
Wait,
All right.
by no roach, you meant like his effect still works, right? Like his focus, skill.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I didn't know if it was no that his skill doesn't work for that anymore.
I thought he meant no. You're not allowed to use it.
That's what
No,
I
I just meant no. It's still
So should we jump
yeah.
on this?
Jump
then?
on it. Let's get this. Let's
right.
see how this goes.
Okay, so we're gonna go reason engineering.
No, we're going to go bravery engineering task.
bravery engineering. Well, that's
I
the same
have
for me,
Bob's just doing trying to keep warm.
I'm rocking out to
Okay,
like this
so this is-
techno-beat right now.
This is 13, is what I'm shooting for here. Oh, fuck me! Come on!
Damn it, Yolan!
Any assistance?
Kidding me?
I can
Any
assist.
Well, you can only-
Who's
we
assisting
said that
on this?
You
beforehand.
can only assist if there's a success on the initial roll.
Son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
Oh.
So
Well, I could use momentum to get an assist.
we got-
or to
We
try to
got
get.
5 momentum.
I could use it. What if I use a momentum to at least get one success, then they can assist on it, right?
yeah, I'd allow that.
Okay, we're burning one of these motherfuckers.
Oh, 2 successes. Fuck it.
That's a
I don't need any of you fuckers.
So what is it?
It was 13.
No. What is mine?
Bravery
For
engineering.
Okay, I got it.
All right. Well, that's like I guess.
Momentum.
That would be an extra That'd be a momentum. So I guess I'll just put that back in the pool. All right.
All right. So we aerosolize
Yep.
it.
You're able to find a couple of components from the spare stock of equipment in the base, and you're able to jerry-rig this I guess area, kind of aerosolizing the cure
The aerosol
into the atmosphere, and kind of spreads it across. You think it might be good for? Since I haven't really gone past it, I don't know. Should I spend a threat?
You have a lot of it.
I do have a lot of.
No, he does have.
I think
he
he
is
wants to
less
save
than
it
when
for
we
me and
started
Zhao,
with.
though.
All right. So I'm not going to spend a threat on that. You think you have a good 10-kilometer radius
How long do you think
of this effect
this
on
puppy's
these
gonna run?
on these individuals? So it'll take a little bit of time for it to affect them, but the individuals that are turned, if they're within that range, they will slowly start turning back into normal humans. And the ones in the base are obviously they're already starting to feel the effects. And most of you, you didn't notice it before, but there was a slow buildup of pressure behind kind of your eyes and your head. But it's going away. You feel a little bit better now.
No more glaucoma.
Just individually.
I needed some of that marijuana.
So,
Sunglasses like
Smash
Bono.
cut.
so now we go to the next thing.
Phasers is spelled with an S.
Yeah, it's spelled
There's the fun and tighten your butthole.
Unless you were trying to say phasors.
Holy
So,
your butt.
Fully on
The security team, who is currently walking in the forest, you even see the effects of the aerosolization in the atmosphere spread across above your heads. You reach the area that you had spelled out to you in the notes. You reach this kind of a valley area where it's actually quite overgrown with various different kinds of species of plants and wildlife. And you need to collect 3 samples. You need to locate them and safely collect them for replication and use in this cure. The problem is you can tell quite a few of these plants, even though your tricorder says they're the same, look somewhat different. And you notice, and you deduce that quite a few of these plants are suffering from the same effects that the science team's suffering. They have reverted to a previous evolutionary state. So this is going to be a challenge. You are you gotta locate samples, you gotta collect them. Now, to locate these samples, you need empathy or reason plus science. So empathy or reason, whichever one you want to use, plus science. Difficulty 2. And that's to find one of these specimens.
Okay, that's a 12 for me as my best.
11 for me.
So Midge assisted by.
Yes.
Looks like. Can
My
I
phaser man.
Can I give myself some assistance from over the comms talking about?
This
what
is
they
for
said?
locating symbols. I would say this is for locating samples, though.
Okay.
It wouldn't necessarily be applicable.
I'm gonna say he Slice just kind of traipsing around like picking up flowers, going, "Is this the one?" No,
This is what I
Okay.
get for falling asleep in biology.
Like I said, this will be a empathy plus science or a reason plus science.
Earth science, that's what they called it.
Yeah, I'm doing reason plus science, which is a
Okay.
2. So
This is
that's
a
12.
difficulty 2.
Horticulture.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Welcome to the club.
2 failures.
Ooh.
I'm going to
Uh-oh.
I'm going to spend
No.
a threat.
I'm going to be eaten by a giant
Yeah,
plant
negative 1 successes.
Well, goodbye Alzheimer's.
Really angry
here.
Stegosaurus stumbles out of the brush.
Well, as you're going through a particularly overgrown area, you step into this area of what seems to be a Venus flytrap, but the size of a beagle.
Gotta get eaten by a plant.
The size of a beagle.
But I mean, for a Venus flytrap, it's pretty. You gotta admit, that's pretty big.
It is, but it's not gonna hurt him.
Normal one's this big.
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt him that much.
It's a plant. Just kick it.
So, but as you step on one of its roots that's slightly sticking up over the ground, it almost as a reaction to that, juts out and takes a bite of you. So that's going to be a. Let's see here. That's a melee attack. So if I remember correctly,
I have the chance.
It's 2 CD.
What is a melee attack? Is a security plus what? Or is it bravery plus security? Is that right?
It was control plus security. Right. It's a pose control security check.
Okay then.
At difficulty 2.
Okay, control plus security. I'm going to need you to roll that, Midge.
Oh, why am? Oh, okay. Why am I rolling?
It's an opposed. It's an opposed. So
you roll box a plant.
You say it yourself. You get to fight
control
back.
plus security.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It sounded like Sly ran into
I failed both.
All right.
Well, time to pull out the field medicine.
All right, the plant gets 1, so it hits you, and it's going to roll 3 challenge dice.
Jesus Christ.
So that's 1 stress from the 2 inflicted, and it has Vicious 1 on this attack. So what does Vicious do? What effect is that? Because I'm going to say those effects trigger, because those are both 6s.
Okay.
It just gets mauled.
Vicious X.
You know what's funny about this? That Midge being the command type officer actually has a red shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vicious attacks inflict X additional damage for each effect rolled. So that's a Vicious 1 for this attack. So that just did
3 stress in total.
5 total.
5 stress.
At least you have 3 stress left, buddy.
Which gives you an injury. 5 or more stress in one thing gives you an injury. So you were injured. You're bleeding from your leg. You've taken it's gotten a pretty good chunk of you on your calf, which is going to increase the difficulty of all tasks that you must take now. Until you are healed.
Involve my leg.
No, just all tasks. That's how injured works.
Fucking hell.
Well, could I probably help him with the injury, reduce his stress, because since I have field medicine and whatnot?
Well, we gotta kill the giant plant around it first.
All right, you want me to shoot the plant? Give me the order.
It doesn't seem to want. It doesn't. It's not going after you. You just stepped on its defense mechanism. It hits you, and then you fall back. And
it's
not
a fly trap.
Yeah,
fly.
I've just been watching bloody Little Shop of Horrors as a study piece for my university, so I've got that in my head.
Feed me, Seymour.
Feed me.
That's an interesting study piece. Never heard that one before.
So you have human. So now you have to do that task again. You did not find a specimen. So that's again empathy plus science or reason plus science. Difficulty 2. Or for Midge's case, difficulty 3.
Well, how much does your leg bleeding, affect your, your values?
Is it still me having to do the test?
Well, I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm not.
Can't Sly give it a go?
Either one of you could do it, but it would be a 2 for him or a 3.
All right, so let me
Sly, your turn to step in the
Hold on, doesn't your character have something about survival?
He has field medicine.
Oh, okay, I swear there was some sort of survivalism.
Well, I have vigilance 3. That's under security.
Oh, okay, but
we're vigilant.
But he was getting attacked.
Help you post attack.
I had Mordecai's magical walk go activated.
2 successes.
2?
Yep.
All right, then you find the specimen.
The security
One that
officer
is-
found the specimen.
You find one that has not been affected by the problem. So now you must collect it. Collection requires bravery or control plus science.
I'm gonna go with bravery.
All right, difficulty 3, by the way.
Okay.
Pluck that flower with bravado.
I can assist, right?
Yes.
Yeah. As in, you better assist.
2 Starfleet officers like little delicate pruning shears trying to get this little flower out of the ground.
Never mind, you can't assist.
Well, no, he could if he wants to. If you want to buy a threat or spend some momentum.
We've got 5.
by the way,
momentum.
He's got to get
Since
the
you-
success first, so.
How's your inspiration stuff?
Determination?
Determination points, I
Determination.
think.
I got one
We've-
left.
got
I've still got
5
3.
momentum, guys.
All right.
We have
much was-
5 momentum.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a momentum.
Hey,
That's
I think.
1, right?
What'd you get?
Yeah, that's one success. I need
Okay,
30.
now Midge can assist.
Midge needs to get 2 successes to make this work, or he needs to do this, then spend a determination to make this work.
Well, let's let him roll. See what he get. If he
Bravery in
gets
science or control in science. That's how you do this.
Bravery and science.
Well, Midge.
what was the number?
What was your goal? What was your goal? What was your?
I needed 11.
Well, you want to spend a determination, or do you want to help with this? Because you guys need 3 to do this.
How
Can I
many we got?
assist the assistants?
It's not how
Assist
that
the
works.
assist.
How many we got? 1 so far.
Well, we got one success.
What if you each burned a determination?
He's only.
No, I'm willing to do that.
You willing to go that far to potentially cure Alzheimer's? Sorry, space Alzheimer's?
I think my character would, but I don't think your character
I mean,
would.
Midge,
So
you
I'll
could spend 2 determination.
Yeah, you can spend two determination, or you can make it vocal about your convictions about this, and I could spend a determination.
No, I will spend 2. Putting me
Alright.
down to 1 where you are.
You collect 1 specimen. 1 specimen.
I gotta go use the restroom real quick. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
Do we want to take our midpoint break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We kind of
Midpoint break, like last
That's
hour
fine.
break.
Yeah, let's take
So,
that. Let's do
let's
that.
reconvene in like 7 minutes because that'll be the 3-hour point. Okay, can we get back going?
That must be why that one video has like 3 times as many views. The guy just kept like refreshing it, trying to get in, and yeah. God damn it. Yeah, just let me finish this popcorn. We'll be right.
See, this is a really shitty steak. I'm still chewing.
Look,
Just get better steak.
It costs money.
Shall we
You're
continue?
in beef country. It shouldn't cost that much money.
No, it still costs money. The government's been fucking over the cattle ranchers lately, so our beef's gone up quite a bit over here.
Oh, your government's fucking over the cow ranchers. Your government's fucking the cow ranchers. We're regulating cow farts here now and taxing people up because of it.
All right.
I don't live too far from one of those places.
So, we just got 1 sample. She should need 2 more, and he just took 2 tries to do that. So,
Man, just getting that sample's a bitch.
there it is.
You can't get a good grip on it.
So, who wants to make the next test?
Your
Midge is still
skill is too low.
Midge is still bleeding. So he's had a bit of trouble doing that. So it's Sly again.
Zal's got to go again.
Martinez, grab your phaser and shoot your leg.
No.
I'm going to presume since we went out, we took like the field kit from the shuttle that we brought along all the way over here.
Oh, you have everything to keep these things contained. Like you've got like a sample container you're putting them into.
Well, no. What I was going to say is basically, could I just bandage his, Martinez's leg or something?
Oh yeah, I mean it's not like he's in mortal danger of dying. He's
I
just
know.
injured. You would have to make a Where's this at?
Empathy medicine.
You would have to make an empathy plus medicine task to treat injuries.
All right. Oh, that'd be 13, and then I have field medic 2 for that as well. I don't know. Would that get rid of Martinez's disadvantage?
Yeah, I mean, it'd get rid of his injury. It wouldn't give him back any of his stress, though.
Well, I'm just wanting to get rid of his injury, but here.
Right. Empathy plus medicine. Go ahead.
Nope, you're fucked, Mage. Okay.
Let me see. That was a 17, which will cost me what? 3?
Oh god.
You open the wound more, and we have to amputate Martinez's leg.
I'm gonna
couple fingers into the wound, just digging around.
I'm trying to find the slug. He's a field medic. That's what he's been taught. It's but that's too much threat. I'm not willing to spend it. I'm not willing to spend it on that. So
okay. So back.
So
to
go back to finding your samples.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna need 11 for that.
Empathy
That sounded
plus
so
reason.
funny.
Oh. Okay.
Woo! We found the
You
something.
found you immediately find one of the other samples.
Mm-hmm.
So now you need to actually collect it.
Can I
Bravery.
still assist to try and get an added momentum?
Yeah, but so this one is a bravery or control plus science, difficulty 3,
Yeah, it's
to
11.
collect
You would
the
get-
sample.
You would get a third momentum from that, wouldn't you, Sly? Because you're under your skill target, aren't you?
Dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
focus.
no, there's focus and skills.
No,
Yeah,
my science is 1, so no.
Oh, never mind.
Yes. There's an added momentum.
There we go. Thank you.
Well, hold on, guys. You got to declare this. Or he already passed it, and you didn't say you were going to assist beforehand. So that he's not being assisted by this. The next thing is, are you trying to assist during the collection? Because he didn't roll for collection yet.
Oh.
That was just a spot.
Pay attention, guys.
Oh, we had to spot them again? Right, sorry,
Yeah.
with you now.
Mage, you already rolled it, man. You already rolled it.
Well, no, guys. He's found this, and he's collecting it now. Collection is a bravery or control plus science. Did you succeed on the collection?
1 success.
1 success. Now you can roll for an assistance, Midge.
Damn it.
Right, okay, I was already assisting on that, but okay. I didn't realize that wasn't the one that was done. But it fails now. Yep, failed.
Why didn't he get to keep his 3? He already rolled the die.
Because he didn't listen, and then I'm not going to allow you guys to roll out of order.
All right.
Well,
how much?
Yeah, because all I heard was, can I assist? And he said yes,
Just
and then you said bravery and science, so I rolled.
Well, you didn't declare assistance when he was trying to spot the plant. You declared it when he was trying to collect, before he actually rolled to collect.
And
Okay.
I thought you'd roll to collect.
So why doesn't Sly could just use a momentum to roll again and try to get that extra
Well, yep.
if he wants to.
Okay. There we go.
And you get your science target as well. Oh, no, your science target's 1. Never mind.
Yeah.
Snow, you don't.
So you don't understand how this
You don't
works.
get something for science. It's your focus that you get extra on. The focus is the only thing that I roll under.
I could have sworn it said something if you get under your skill.
No, only under your focus.
If you're using a focus that's applicable to the roll and you roll at that level or under that you have, then you get the extra.
All right, you're still underneath 1. It's a difficulty 3 to collect.
Gotta roll another momentum, surely.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We have it.
So how many? We have 2 momentum left, right?
With this one, you're spending, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right, we have 2 samples now.
2 samples and 2 momentum.
Then you still got 1 more to get.
All right.
Well done.
We still got 1 more to go, so go again.
Go get it.
Yep. Found it.
Oh!
All right,
Money.
you found it. So now you need to collect it again.
I'll assist.
All right, so Sly, bravery, or control in science?
Nope.
All right. Motherfucker. All right. Are you?
That's a YOLO.
What are you gonna want to do? You can buy threat, spend momentum, or pay determination.
Determination and momentum before threat.
Yeah. So I'll buy a momentum.
I'll do this with 1.
I pass.
All right, that's a success.
Midge assist.
Mm-hmm.
Roll 1, Midge. Roll 1.
So that's a success.
So we got 2. So you can use the momentum. We can use our last momentum.
What have you done so far? You've done a momentum, or then you can determination it for the instant.
Yeah, that's what I'm debating.
How many you got left?
I got 1 determination
How many you got
left.
I'd say use it.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
wouldn't
what I
the
was thinking.
scene change after this, anyways?
We don't know when a scene changes.
Yeah.
It'd be after this.
She's shaking his head. Yes.
Okay. Use
the momentum then. Use the momentum. Use the momentum before
Nope.
it's a case.
Okay, so
No. Use your
determination anyway. There we go.
Rip the dream.
It's all right.
That's why you bank your points right
All right.
there.
So you have 3 samples, which is what is detailed in the notes that you took with you. So you begin your trip back.
Woo, guys. We're curing also. We're not curing it, but we're
We're
helping
about
the
to be
research.
combated.
By like a fucking Tyrannosaurus or something.
Well, actually, I'm going to need.
Sly's always vigilant.
Suddenly, a Tyrannosaurus and Spinosaurus break out into the forest fighting each other.
Oh, what's this?
What do you do? Spinosaurus. You know the one from Egypt?
Let's see here. With the distinctive sail. It's on its back. All right. Well, you've done well. You make your way back to the station, and you are not in. Nothing goes after you. You're fine. You don't get attacked. And you arrive at the station with your 3 samples. The shuttle is fixed, and you have administered the cure for the devolution plague. You have not collected any of the affected individuals, though.
Well, they should be rehumanizing because of if they were within a 10-kilometer radius. We have a working shuttlecraft with a working sensor suite, and if I remember correctly, this this shuttle does not have a transporter pad, right?
It doesn't have a pad, but it has all shuttle pads, or all shuttles have emergency transport systems.
Yeah. So we have a working sensor suite, a emergency transporter that is designed for human usage, and a shuttle that can move. So it shouldn't be that hard to collect people. If we don't know their situation, it would be easy to locate them with the sensors in the shuttle, do a site-to-site transport to a closed room, the med bay, have someone standing there with a hypospray to sedate them.
I thought you were going to say phaser first. It looked like a phaser gesture you were doing.
No, hypospray. Phaser would be like this.
Just shut their ass the moment they get out of the transport beam.
Have we still determined what made us crash in the first place? I know it had something about to do with the ion storm.
We got hit by a stray ion lightning bolt from the storm.
And then Thor threw his lightning bolts.
So if we have the time, we can go and collect the people without too much trouble, theoretically.
I just thought about something. Do we have enough time to revert the people back to fully human before this thing shuts off?
Well, that's what I was just saying. If we have enough time.
Collect them and then cure them. As they get off the planet, they're not going to be affected anymore, so they'll slowly become more human. Yeah. As long as we can...
I don't think we could... There's also the issue that I don't think we could have 18 people on a Type 1 shuttle.
Mm-mm.
From what you know, Toma, from administering the cure and understanding the effects and everything, and even observing your patients, the restoration take hours. Some of the more resilient individuals might take a few days.
So some of them might be
cured. The cured individuals should cease their hostile behavior. Should be somewhat docile. They might understand simple commands, but you're not sure the ones you have to observe or unconscious.
Sit.
So,
about to say, unless we're stacking these people like cordwood, then we're not taking
but the
them with
cure
us.
isn't permanent. It'll
That's the
hold
thing.
back the effects of the phenomena for a few days at most, and
That's
and
okay,
confers
though,
no long-term
because there is
immunity.
There's a starship in
there
range.
is a starship on the way that is at max like 2 days away now.
Well,
Okay,
no. Once
so
we
we
get
go
off
with
the
what we
planet, we
got.
should be fine.
Go with what we got.
No.
No, we report to Starship Command, and then we go with what we've got and get the GTFO.
I think
Not
we
gonna-
just get out of here.
Not going to rig up a speaker to inform all the all the slowly turning back.
Dear
Just
dear Neanderthals, wait here for big flyy thing.
Big saucer will come.
Could we rig up a speaker to keep them going, like to try and draw them at least towards the towards here?
Well, as they revert back to their human selves, they are Starfleet officers. They should naturally, know to head back to their.
And the real
area.
question: do they have their previous memories?
They should. They're locked up in there.
Locked
think
up
we-
somewhere in that noggin.
I don't think we need. Well, I don't know on how the technicality of range with the comm systems or the little comm badges we have.
With as much jury-rigged equipment as we have, and we have some injured party members, it sounds like, too, namely one, our command officer, I think we should just get out of here. And let
Time to
let
GTFO.
somebody with more resources deal with the fallout.
Yeah, it's not like we aren't. It's not like we're all alone in the middle of nowhere. There are people who are more suited to these tasks than us nearby.
But are they really? I mean, we're pretty badass, apparently.
We are not, though.
No, we're not. We're barely alive.
I don't know. We
We're
fucking.
fresh out of the academy.
Since
We
I just
found-
learned that I'm a red shirt, we're getting out of here.
Midge got taken out by a plant. Our shuttle hit the planet.
Yeah,
But
you
you
didn't
know,
have a last name.
Do I?
we cured a disease. Well, not cured,
We
but
didn't cure anything. We just finished up someone else's research
guy.
and picked some
no.
flowers.
I mean, I showed up from not fully
Wait,
from
I don't have
scratch,
a
but
last
from
name.
mostly from scratch. Figured.
Don't
this
worry
out.
about that, Yolan. Don't worry about that.
I don't have a last name.
Yeah, and
so-
you're a con officer, which means you have a red shirt on.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, is
So-
Martinez back in here with us again?
Just go.
Yep.
Just get on the
yeah,
shuttle.
we made it back to the station. So I was going to say,
I volunteered to walk out into the wilderness and manually collect all 13 members of the party while you guys leave.
no, well, I was going to say this. That security officer and what my character says is basically, the only acceptable losses are none. With that, I'm kind of a bit conflicted. It's just like getting off the planet.
We have none.
Yeah, we have none. So getting off the
Our
planet.
losses are 0.
Let me fucking speak. Getting off the planet means we take no losses. We're not in danger anymore. I also say with the 2 people we have in the medical bay, since we have the cure, take them along as well. That's about it. We can't account for anybody else. We don't know if whether or not there are still 13 members alive or if something else got them out there.
Will they fit in the shuttle?
No.
The 2 other people?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should.
We could put them in a corner.
It's a fair, it's, I don't know where we got the Type 1 from. It's a,
Oh, I thought you said it was a Type 1 shuttlecraft in the very beginning.
I said it was, it has a warp drive, and it has a maximum speed of warp 4. It's not a runabout, but it's the next step below the runabout.
be like
so
a
what is
Type
that, Type
6
7?
The
shuttle.
one that
Types.
is it the one that looks like a Volvo? Just with a
Send
big
me a link of
box?
a Type 6. I thought I was thinking. I'm thinking of a Type 7, but I might
I
got
gotcha.
my
I
numbers.
gotcha.
Anyways,
Of course you do, Bob.
so Bob, real quick, above
Tabletop.
that, that's a Spinosaurus.
That's ugly, motherfucker.
It is the largest land carnivore of all the dinosaurs that we.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, the largest land
Carnivore.
carnivore dinosaur was the Giganotosaurus.
No,
Gigawatosaurus.
it's a Spinosaurus.
1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah, there's no way we're getting 18 people in that.
Well,
I
it
mean,
could just be
you can
standing
lay them
remotely.
on. It's like lay
Cordwood.
over,
to toe.
But that's what you're flying right now. So you could fit 2 other people in there. Yeah, definitely.
You want to try to fly
Alright,
by?
that's
pick
fine.
Up
We can
the
take
3
these
dudes
fuckers with us then.
if they're still there at the crash site.
Which
You almost
can
killed.
they're
We could
probably
try.
turned inside and out with the transporter and all of that. I'm just going to say that much.
Well, I mean, it would take us all of like 6 seconds to fly.
You
over
want to
there.
scatter my atoms all across space, boy?
Yeah. So do we have a plan then? We take the 2 people with us, we get the fuck out.
I'm just gonna sit in the op station. I'm not flying this thing.
Oh, I'm
All
flying
right.
it.
So you load the 2 individuals that are in the sick bay into the shuttle, and you get strapped in to take off. So I'm gonna need Ben. I'm gonna need Yolan to make a control con task.
Oh, let's see here.
As we reach up, we notice that our trajectory is not right, and we burn up in the atmosphere.
All right, 13 and shuttlecraft 4. I'm assuming shuttlecraft counts for me piloting a shuttlecraft.
Yeah, navigation would also work. Navigation, propulsion systems, etc.
Well, God knows that pedal car operation wouldn't work. So
How many is that?
2.
Need 1 more.
No.
Oh, I need 1 more. Who wants to assist me in... No, nobody declared anything. Well, I haven't used any of my determination yet, so I'm going to use 1 determination.
All right. So you get 3 successes. You pilot your way through these randomly changing ionic storm disruptions in the atmosphere. And a few minutes after a little bit of a bumpy ride up through the upper atmosphere,
Just like the Badlands.
you reach orbit and begin and break off towards Neander Station. Limping your way back, sending out a distress signal on all channels to get picked up by an actual ship that could save the rest of the people on the planet.
Midges bleeding on our carpet.
Well, that is
I was
how
gonna say,
that's how this module ends. With you
we can play
Flying
the
into the
module,
black.
guys.
I really hope the next module has Starship like piloting and stuff in it. Oh my god, that's gonna be fun.
So,
Captain
who wants
Star.
to talk about their experiences or what they feel about this this game so far?
I think as the person DMing this, you should start.
Well, I think there's a bit of a lack of in terms of the venture and how it's written. I think it needs to be a little bit less structured. Like, it's structured, and I like that, but it's a little less than it needed to be. Because there were some things that are in here that I have they had no force. They didn't think somebody would do this. Like, transporting the shuttle from the landing site to the outpost. Because there's a...
Oh, so like the narrative was we were supposed to hike back with parts or something?
Yes, you were supposed to hike back, and that was
fuck that shit.
opening for combat. But with the way that you guys solved everything, there wasn't actually any combat that happened after the initial one, which I'm okay with. I think that's probably better.
I liked it kind of.
Yeah, I liked it a bit better that way. But I still think that should have been like there should have been a section like I don't know, maybe another option, like maybe if they don't go towards the shuttle, or if they somehow get the shuttle to them, or I don't know. There's no way they can.
It's It's almost like players go off.
Yeah, there's obviously there's no way to account for everything that you guys could have done, but it would have been nice to include a couple more options.
That's why we're the best playtest group. We think outside the box.
I think there was a couple other things that could have been. Yeah, there could have been a couple other things that could have been clarified, like the shuttle. I know from being a Star Trek nerd that there is no class of shuttlecraft that will house the amount of people that are on this planet. Like, even a runabout, you would be stretching, like, you'd be...
They would be shoulder to shoulder in the cargo compartment.
Yeah, there's no way, which is kind of odd because one of the completion things, there were 3 things you could do. You could escape, you could gather the samples, and you could cure the devolution. You technically only needed to do the escape thing, but the other things were kind of other things. But even then, I don't understand. Like, there should have been I don't know. There should have been a reason or a way that you could have saved the crew or the science team, because I added in the bit about you calling the Andrew station and having a ship on the way. That's not in the playtest. So technically, in the playtest terms, you just cured them and kind of just let them to. You kind of just left them.
That doesn't sound Star Trek at all.
Exactly. That's my problem with that. Now, I understand that they can't account for everything, and they had to have enough people on the planet to justify like 1 or 2 combats. But I still think that was a problem. They should have at least encountered there should have been like a little excerpt in the playtest that said in this module that said, "Oh, you haven't reported in at the time you were supposed to report in. You need to like a rescue ship or something is coming out at that point to see what happened to you." Something like that.
Like, did they think do they want us to kill off the Neanderthals and then just thin out the herd and then we take whatever was left, or because
I think that is a degenerate case scenario where we're starving to death and need meat or something like that. I don't think that's within the realm of possibility.
Well, I'm just saying, it was just there are a lot of things with the wording of the rule books, basically saying area effect instead of wide beam, and then basically not trying to save everyone. It doesn't sound Star Trek at all, and it's just I'm just kind of wondering what was going on in their heads when they were writing this.
2. The other problem I had was with collecting the samples side quest.
Mm-hmm.
It was boring because you don't need everybody to do it, and there's the only way I could have they suggest if a complication is rolled, then the characters encounter some devolved or dangerous fauna or flora, but then they just give you the stats to a damage roll instead of saying one of the Neanderthals attacks you, or one of the there was also another stat block here for the Xerxes the Xerxes panther, which was a big cat that could have attacked you on the return trip if you cured the Neanderthals. That would have been good if they would have said that could have happened, but they didn't really account for that, and I didn't know if it was especially with the difficulty of the tasks that you guys had to do, if that would have been fair at all. Because you're required to make a two-pronged test with a difficulty 2 then a difficulty 3 for something that not a lot of people have a combination for. It seemed kind of not hugely fair if I would have added in a combat in that section. There's no ticker either. How you remember how I kept giving you guys a time limit? At first it was the antimatter containment losing, or then it was the ion storm coming in. That's not in the rulebook at all. That's not in this module. I had to do that. And also, it doesn't give me a context for how long tasks take, or a guideline. A difficulty 3 task might take anywhere between 1 to 3 hours, or something like that, which would have been good. That would have given me a context on how long something would have taken, and given you guys kind of a little bit of a, what do you call it, a fire under you, like lit a fire under you, and get you moving a bit more.
Yeah.
I kind of had to try and do that myself, but even then, it's not the most work out. So those are my major things with that. I think they need to tighten it up a little bit with the modules, but we'll see how the next one goes. You guys, how do you guys feel?
That book, whoever writes the thing for the next one, please just make things more clear. Like really, and give us the definitions of every specific term, and what it does and what it means, so that when we get to these moments, okay, we're figuring out the magnitude, we're figuring out challenge die and all that stuff, and you can potentially interpret it in different ways, and so we're not having those trip ups,
Table of contents.
Appendix. Yeah.
Yes, that was another thing I tried. I forgot last time. An appendix. That would have been great.
Well, yeah. So if we didn't know what a fucking challenge dice was when we were confused before, we just go to the back and be like, challenge dice. Yeah. Figure it out.
Yeah. Make those things more clear.
I'm wondering if there what the progression system is going to be like, or if is it more just an open-ended thing where you bounce from adventure to adventure?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. I don't think they've thought that far ahead, because to get a progression system, they first have to have character creation and to really work on that. Because I'm not. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a game that does have a character level system in the sense. I think it's just going to be set characters. Maybe with experience you can buy focuses. That's about as far as I can think it going, because a level system just makes the whole either the 2d20 harder or the whole 2d20 easier. Because you'll start with lower stats and then you'll slowly get higher stats.
Well, I was actually talking to this with a coworker who's a real big tabletop gamer and stuff, and he was thinking that a pretty good way of maybe putting in a level thing is, how tasks keep getting harder and harder. Well, as we become more and more experienced officers, instead of us having us stuck on 2d20, we could possibly get go up to 3d20 and etc., giving us more chances to be able to get those higher challenges. Because the challenges go up to, what was it, 5 or 6 or something like that?
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's the thing, though, is I think making the individual tasks easier might help a bit. Focuses could be also another thing that would be interesting. That would give you more chances at getting successes. Stuff like that. Yeah, I could see that. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see. It's way too early to figure out how the progression system's going to work. I mean, this is literally the first public release of these rules.
I think.
Yeah, no, it definitely does.
I'd also quite to like to see implemented with character possibilities, something that just came up in chat, and I completely agree, is about rank as well. So you could also get rank promotions. So there's a chance that someone could become a captain. There's a chance that someone could become a better thing, just because it gives a bit more diversity to the groups and the possibilities if you're all different ranks.
If someone outranks somebody, but they're a lower level, that would be very interesting.
Things like that.
Well, I could see certain things I could see you, if that was an optional rule, I could see like a GM running an ensign playthrough where everybody's a low level crew member, and they work their way through the ranks aboard a ship through a 5-year journey, or through a 3-year exploration mission.
You do all the different missions within that. That seems like a really cool idea.
That could be interesting. I could see that work, but I think it's more going to be an episodic game.
Very. It
lends itself to that. Well, I mean, I think I went over to Bob at one point. I had an idea where you just every module would be an episode or a season, and you play through that, and an episode on the show would be 1 or 2 sessions, and you finish that off, and then there's a little bit of a time jump between in game, and you have the next one, and you kind of have an episodic game. It's not like Only War where everything kind of takes place, after the other. That way, you don't necessarily need a progression system. It's more about telling a story and encountering these, adventuring, in Star Trek. I can see that work a bit.
That would make this game a great back burner. I think, like the in between, that'd be so good because you just put that in there because it's an episodic. You go, okay, let's have another Star Trek adventure. Then have like a week or two of D&D, then another Star Trek adventure, etc. That's what.
So
that's what I see this game becoming pretty good for.
What do you think, Bob, as a prospective DM, when this game comes out? What are your opinions?
Well, I think the system is actually fairly easy to teach because it is lightweight, even though some of the particulars might be hard to get your head around. I think that's more a fault of the current iteration of the rules and how they're structured, as opposed to any fault of the system. So I think I still have a pretty good understanding of how the system's supposed to work. So, I mean, otherwise, I don't really have anything else to add other than what I said last week, which is that it's a really good framework for a system that, while it is a Star Trek themed game, it doesn't require you to know anything about Star Trek, which I think is a good thing.
It really felt like a Star Trek episode.
Yeah, I want to know.
It felt like an original series.
Yeah,
episode.
I want to know what your thoughts are, Midge. As somebody who's never watched Star Trek, I want to know your opinion on this.
Sorry, I'm just replying to someone. Yeah. So I found that I don't know if this was because you guys actually knew about Star Trek and therefore could fill me in on things, but I found coming into the role of the whole idea of what to do was pretty easy. And once you've done the first couple of about an hour and a half of moves and rolls, and you kind of get the idea of what you're meant to be, what your character's focus is, it kind of went quite nicely. And it was, I came back to this week, I think, better than last week. Last week it was still the learning curve, but this week when I actually looked, because they've quite nicely given the pre-gen characters values and stuff. When I started looking at them more, I felt the whole story came across much easier, and it was more just a sci-fi adventure than a Star Trek adventure for me in that point. It just had Star Trek terminology. And no, but I quite enjoyed that. I'm not someone who, other than the stuff we've done, I'm not a big board game person, so I also struggle to read rules and and stuff like that and get my head around things. So once it was quite a good system to learn. It just apparently needs to be clearer because, if there's unsurety with the people who are good at that sort of thing, and also the people that know Star Trek, if they can't make heads or tails of it, the people that don't know anything about that are gonna struggle.
Which is going to put a lot of people off, which is going to make them not want to continue.
Well, we know, or at least I know. I read I read the forums. They are planning on having another iteration of the rule packet put out before Christmas. So I'm assuming
read the shit out of it.
I'm assuming it's going to be a revised edition of these rules, and they also sounded like they were wanting to put out the next adventure after Christmas.
Okay.
So,
well, I really hope we can keep getting the material here because I really enjoyed. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoyed this. I thought it was fun.
I'm enjoying my captain's logs.
I wanted to know your guys' opinion on two things, though. On the extended obstacles, which are the ones that have the progress bars. Do you like them or do you not like them? Because when we were playing it in the original, or when we were playing it in the first session, we were playing it wrong, but we seemed to enjoy it. With this, with us playing it as it's intended, do you like it?
No, I think the way we did it was a lot better.
What I noticed is that, we had pretty opposite ends of the spectrums with, successes. Bob basically just rolled right through it with no trouble. It was over and done. And then it was kind of in the middle with Snow, where there was a little bit of talking through it and a little bit of rolling. Then when we got to the end, it was just roll after roll after roll after roll after roll. You just look at the log here; it's just rolling and rolling.
Well, those weren't actually
like 80%.
Those weren't what I was talking about. The one we'll get to those. That's the other half of the question. The ones that had a progress bar that actually had to.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think they're good. The first one we encountered, which was the trying to get through the poisonous field or whatever it was, all the flora that we were encountering. I think that was a really good one because it had a hard limit. You know, it's like you succeed in 3 or this effect happens to you. So there's very much a mechanical and narrative effect that occurs right there. I mean, this kind of brings up it's a subject which I think is what's it called? There's a specific term for it, which is players. You force players to engage in activity until they either succeed or fail. And more often than not, that they will fail if you just force them to roll dice so many times. Is what it's just due to chance. I think is what it is. I forget. There's a specific term for it. The later one with them traipsing through the forest trying to find the samples very much reminded me of that.
That was not one of those types of tests. That was that's the second half of the question. Is the thing that Snow was doing? That was an extended task, which has extended task, which has it's called a gated extended task. So he has to complete one step of it to get to the next step, then the next step to the next step, which had normal tasks, then it had the obstacle task, and then it had normal tasks, etc. That one I did not like. I think it's way too complex, and it also I love the fact that you thought of let me help him through the comm badge, because if you didn't do that, that would have just been 20 minutes of you guys sitting there while Snow rolled dice, which was boring. Then what Midge and Sly were doing wasn't even that was a challenge, and you had a minimum of 6 tries to do that, and I don't even think that should be a part of the game, because it literally is just, all right, roll the dice. All right, roll that dice. Oh, you didn't succeed? Okay, that happens. All right, now try again. I mean, I think
that should have been
if you wanted to keep that in, you could have just cobbled it together into 2 rolls. Roll, did you find them? Roll, do you collect them?
It should have worked, actually. It would have been cooler if it worked like that first thing that we played wrong. We would always end up finding them. It's just halfway through, if we rolled badly, there's a panther attack, or Neanderthals coming from the trees.
That's what I was going to say, is that...
you fall into a pit of spikes.
I think I would rather have it be the extended task then, I suppose, in place of the challenge task that still has the hard limit of you succeed in 3 or 2 or 5, whatever it is, or you botch it.
The extended task was more fun when it played out more like a skills challenge from D&D, rather than when we were doing it verbatim what the rules said.
Well, yeah.
When it was like, are you good at this? Are you good at this? You could give it a try. You didn't fail? Okay, then we gotta go who's next. And narratively, does it make sense that you can use that in this situation? Oh, you failed, then we gotta go to the next person.
Yeah.
Well, that was
specifically because in that early test, it even said in the rules for that test, like in the module, due to the fatigue of always constantly being vigilant against walking into a hostile area, only one person can do this at a time. And then if they do it again, then they get a +1 to the difficulty of the test. And I like that. I like that a lot. I think that should be a thing on all of those, because then it forces you to cobble together your skills and work together. Though I understand why they don't do that, because then it kind of stops making sense after a certain bit. Because if you're an engineer, like what we were saying before, Bob's an engineer. Why would he have trouble continually trying to fix this thing? That's his job.
He gets salty and angry.
So there's a couple problems I see with the system.
Starts bashing.
I think they could drop the challenge tasks, because I think those are just boring, especially if not everyone is a part of them. The extended tasks I like, but I think they should all have a hard limit, or at least a hard limit to complication. You can still go through with it, but you might get a complication. Or the longer it takes, the larger the complication.
Just make it more interactive.
That makes sense. The the longer it takes, the more chances to fuck up makes sense. Like if you're trying to rewire something and you fail, maybe you make it worse.
Yeah, something like that.
Or something like that. You're trying to repair something and you do it incorrectly. It's more difficult to repair because you fucked it up a little. That makes sense.
A technobabble chart would help a lot. Because I would like to have at least something like that. And I would also like to... Yeah, I'd also like to have equipment listed. Because I had no idea what you guys had at any point in time. Like, you guys had... I said you had a tricorder because that made sense to me, because who the hell doesn't have a tricorder in Star Trek at this point in the setting? By the way, Bob, I checked it out. According to the writer of this, this takes place during Insurrection.
Really?
That year. Yeah.
Really? I thought it'd be a lot earlier than that.
It takes place during the Insurrection bit. So, that movie. So which I think is like, what, 2396 or something like that? Or 2386?
No, it'd be like 2374.
74, whatever. But it takes place around there. But I think an equipment chart. So, do you have a tricorder? Do you have an emergency medical kit? I gave it to the doctor because that made sense. Because you're in a shuttle and you crash land. Of course, you have an emergency medical kit. I don't think they intended for that, because they intended for you to get hurt along the trip to the station, and then to heal yourself there. Which I understand probably would have actually made for a little bit of a more stressful, or a little bit more of a tension in the game. But it didn't make sense that you wouldn't have some way of healing you.
Well, it's every time there's a crashed shuttle pod, which happens all the goddamn time, there's always emergency medical supplies in a little detachable case that comes off the wall.
Because that makes sense.
Can I just ask for any closing thoughts? Because I particularly have to get going.
If you need to go, Mitch, that's fine. Because that is basically my closing thought. I think they need to.
Well, then, thank you for all of those who joined for the stream. Thank you for those who donated. We'll be back next week with D&D, as we've already been discussing in the chat section, and it'll be a special-ish sort of episode where we finish off Roach's module and move on to Ben as Dungeon Master, which scares the living shit out of me.
And it'll be earlier than normal.
Oh,
Helm have mercy on your souls.
Yeah, it'll be half hour.
It'll be half an hour.
Helm helps those who help
It'll
themselves.
be at the earlier time of 2:30 GMT. And what does that make it for you guys?
9:30.
It would make it
Eastern.
It would be
8:30 here.
8:30.
8:30 Central. And therefore
7:30
Mountain time, and 6:30 if you are the poor Sly.
And the rest of you can work it out, you sods. Anyway, see you guys next time. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.